Okay.
So
So,
turtle stuff looks like.
we got a few people in here. Got Stan User 00, One Piece Nation, Master J 202, and Fruit Sauce, the instigator from the comment section. But
You can find me in the comment section on your local One Piece YouTuber.
nah, because yesterday in the live stream I was in, I saw you because Underrated Game said something. Yeah, I think he came back with something.
Yeah.
But
Underrated Game was on one yesterday.
Wait, say that again, Stan?
That was go like that, like like he had his comments like read by some podcast. And then like
Wait,
I'm lagging.
Yeah, you're lagging. We can barely hear you.
Am I lagging?
Yeah.
I'm lagging.
you lagging a bit, bro.
Hold on. Hold on.
But real quick though, let's get into the first topic, the main topic, I guess. Master J,
I'm here.
you just got back in.
Yep.
Okay, bet. We're about to talk about Sanji and his death. Now, do you think,
Hooray!
huh? Wait, do you
You said
think
hooray.
Sanji's death would benefit the Strawhats?
No.
All right, so Fruity say no.
It would benefit me because I hate that character. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa!
I don't hate Sanji. He is one of my
I was kidding when I did that.
I don't know. I feel like it would just be weird. Like, we haven't seen shit from him yet. It's too early for him to die. But,
Plus, I personally think that he might have a connection with Dragon. I don't think Dragon would want him to die.
yeah, I don't know necessarily if he has a connection with Dragon, but I do feel like he does have a connection with the Revolutionaries.
He has connections with somebody, so I mean, if he has so many connections, like he shouldn't die right now.
If Sanji were to die,
2 years
like,
he was gone.
I mean, Sanji, if he were to die, it would probably benefit them in the way as I think it would help maybe push another time skip, which I feel is needed.
Yeah, right.
But they can do that without killing off Sanji.
No, but they need, but Luffy needs something to make him realize they
They've
are.
been on 2 islands in the fucking New World. They don't need another time skip.
Yeah, they do. They're wait unless you think they stand a chance against what have been Yonko.
They'll get stronger.
That's why they have an alliance, though.
Progress.
No, but the Straw Hats themselves need to grow a lot stronger.
I mean, I believe you on that one.
Not as far off as you think. I think two more arcs of them getting strong fights, then Luffy has like a decent chance against Kaido.
No, but I'm not talking about Kaido. I meant overall. There has to be another time skip during the series for them to get to like, the level of the Roger Pirates.
There has to.
Do you think
the whole point of a shonen manga is that the fucking main character gets super strong at a really young age?
No, but that's Luffy can, but the rest of the crew needs to get stronger too. They all need to get very strong.
Well, the thing is, Luffy, like, if Luffy becomes Pirate King at 22, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I can rock
I
with
can
that.
definitely see it.
Ooh, Steam Master. This is great. What if Sanji switches over to Kaido crew because he will kill the Straw Hat? If he does it, after that he will get an artificial Zoan. What? I like the idea of him switching to Kaido crew for some kind of reason.
Sanji's, I don't know, he's probably too loyal for that.
Way too loyal.
But what's he more loyal to? Tits or Luffy?
But Kaido doesn't have none of that.
Yes, the Kaido could say, Kaido could like find a way to like make him think Nami and Robin will die if he doesn't do it.
I still think he wouldn't leave. Like,
That's far-fetched.
I mean, why wouldn't he rather die protecting them than switching, you know? I think, like, he calls himself a knight, you know, and it's like,
yeah.
I think he'd rather die than to switch, honestly.
Yeah. Probably.
But, I mean, I think, like, I don't want Luffy to become Pirate King at 22. Like, I don't think that would make sense. Like,
it would be stupid. It really would.
Veterans that's been on the seas for so long, you come and run through them. Like, I understand you have, you know, amazing potential, but, I mean, come on.
I mean, but one thing, Brago, you say that, but if we continue to watch the story of One Piece for the next 10 years, and then he becomes the Pirate King, I mean, I don't think you would be complaining about his age.
Yeah.
But then again, if we go through 10 years and they don't age at least 2 years, I mean,
They
that's
have to age
crazy.
at least.
No, but characters themselves need to age. But then again, we all know for a fact Robin and Nami are going to age.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at Nami throughout the series. Those things, how did they got so big?
I think they're impressive. They are impressive.
No, it was like you must age like very quickly in the One Piece world.
But
I
no,
feel like One Piece needs like a training arc though. Like
exactly.
I've always wanted to see the Strawhats training together. I've always wanted to see like on some remote
I don't
island.
think they should train together. Like,
No, but there are so many things that I think this basic thing like hockey, Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy could teach the other Straw Hats hockey. They could do it.
but then how are they getting stronger?
You know, all they need to do is teach them because they'll probably spar with each other. Like they can do.
It doesn't have to be a whole 2-year time skip just to teach them
Like they'll do
hockey. They can just like teach them the basis and then send them on their own.
Yeah, I just want to see I've always wanted to see that. Like, and that's imagine the comedy potential for like Sanji having to teach Nami or Robin observation hockey. He's like, I can't hit them.
Like,
But if I don't try to hit them, how will they learn it?
yeah,
Oh,
I don't think they
he's
should train together. Honestly, I feel like
That probably just maybe, and I like the moment when they're together. And I feel like since the New World, there hasn't been like any of those, or been barely any of the whole crew together.
exactly, yeah.
Being
Yeah, like on Thriller Bark or like the G8 Marine Base.
yeah, stuff like that. Like when they're not really in danger, they had nothing serious to do, and it's becoming more like a Naruto kind of theory than like an adventure kind of theory. Like they go to an island, they fight the bad guy, they solve the problem, they leave. There's less of that sense of like just friends going on adventure.
Like the movie with Shiki whenever it started off and they were doing like a what do you call
Party,
it?
yeah.
They were doing like a clothing show or whatever you call it.
No, like episode that was episode of Luffy, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
need.
it was Hand Island. It was a Hand Island, yeah, it was that one.
In Hand Island, yeah. I mean that was
Yeah,
a
it's Hand
really
Island.
good special, just because there were
Yeah, it
parts
was good.
when the Straw Hat were see. That's one of the reasons I loved the first like 30 minutes of the Adventure of Neverlandia or whatever it's called. I love that so much because the first like 30 minutes up until Zoro and Sanji are like captured and stuff, we just get to see the Straw Hats just chilling together. Like,
Yeah, I think I missed that a lot, especially the Zoro and Sanji stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was so good.
Well,
It was
I
like,
mean,
not that much, but then seeing Sanji like right after they get away, he uses his foot and it destroys the boulder.
And then Zoro's like, no, you're not outdoing me.
Zoro uses his arm.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
The special was good. The special was very good. The special
Yeah.
was well done. Like,
I enjoyed
the
it.
special was amazing.
I enjoyed it. I
I
just
don't know
think
about
that
amazing. That's going a little bit too far.
I think Luffy.
I think it was,
What happened to Luffy in this one? I was like, yo,
I think it was
like it's the same old Luffy. Like he's getting taken out by BS. I was
Also,
like,
the
You
fact
guys
that
really think
freaking,
about what happened in that special? Like literally nothing happened in that. Like how long was it? Like 2 hours or an hour and a half or something?
Well, no, you know what happened?
2 hours,
The
2
character
hours.
that never shine got to shine, and that was what made me like it.
except for Frankie, like Frankie couldn't even hold the ship, and then
Bro, you
Brooke
did not
couldn't
see
even
the
cut the
light?
chain.
I mean the nipple light.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wait,
man.
what? Oh.
No, I mean one of the. I think I already know what my thumbnail for that going to be, and that's that face Nami made. When Luffy got shot, I'm just like, this is why I love this movie because it's special. I mean, other characters get to shine, and we get to see them actually, do something.
I think my thumbnail has to be the Robin and Zoro stuff.
I just love that scene. I feel like that scene. I'm like, have we ever seen Nami that angry before? I don't think we have.
Know what I mean?
Remember whenever after like that fake when she was like unforgivable? I mean, I actually laughed. It was like so distorted from pure rage.
I don't know. Nami's not in my top female characters.
I like Nami, man.
Yeah, for
Nami's one of my favorite Straw
I
Hats.
do like Nami. What the hell?
I like Nami way more than I like that
Everybody on the
that
Straw Hats
weakling
are cool.
Brook.
They said-
Nami's way better than that weakling Brook.
Look, we're
Oh my god. No, not
comparing chicks, man. We were comparing chicks.
Yesterday we went through Strawhats and like from rank them as far as favorite. And you know, it's funny, yo. The consensus was Brooke was at the bottom. I was like, man.
That's not even what happened. I was there. That's not.
That's
was
because
like,
you
man.
were drunk.
Bro, some guy in the comments section did his list, and it was like Nami and then Zoro. I was like, all right, dude, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yo, Zoro's my
If I
guy.
had to rate the characters, I
Zoro-
would
my
say
boy. Zoro's my number one straw hat, hands down, bro.
Please, Zoro.
Yeah,
Zoro's
easily.
always been our number one straw
I
hat.
think Sanji has surpassed
Easily, bro.
me at this point.
if I had to rate them, I would probably say Luffy,
No, that's yeah, no, bro.
Zoro, then maybe Sanji, then maybe and maybe
No, Chopper's pretty. Chopper's pretty. I actually respect Chopper. I respect
probably
Chopper.
Frankie, and then
That's what I
probably
heard.
Nami. Those are probably my
It
top
was
straw
hilarious when Luffy was telling Foxy, let's do another Davy back fight, and Chopper was like, I don't want to.
Oh yeah.
My
Bro,
favorite.
bro, guys, admit-
I love that part when Foxy goes to go at Luffy and it disappears, and they're like, "Screw you."
Wait, did you guys notice that in the movie, whenever they said let's do another Davy back fight, Brooke was all like, "Oh yeah, I haven't done one of those in years."
Oh shit!
I
yeah,
love that.
Yo, you notice that, huh? Hey,
That man's experience. I'm trying to tell you, Margo.
hey, bro, this guy got love, man.
No, he probably used to be on Roger's ship, and then he did a Davy back fight, and then he had the.
Oh
beat
come
Roger,
on,
huh?
dude, that's not cool. And we all know that's not true.
That's exactly right. It's factual.
Yo, admit this, man. Each time in One Piece, when Zoro has a fight, the whole fandom goes crazy, bro. Because everyone knows how good his fights are.
Because his one-liners, man.
Yo, bro, no, just a hype, bro. You see his fights, bro. You're like, yo, it's gonna be hype, bro. Except for
Come on,
Pika.
you're talking about Zoro?
That was kind of. Yeah, Zoro, yeah.
Dude, if you go down the line and you like compare Sanji's fights to Zoro's fights from every arc, it's just like a joke. Like the only one where it even comes close is Jabra.
No, yo, Das
Well,
Bones
me-
versus Zoro was
Yeah, that one was a beast.
That was legendary.
Who does Sanji even fight in Alabasta?
He
Fucking
fought a
Mr.
Bon
2,
Clay.
exactly, dude. It was like one of my least favorite fights in all of them.
Oh, Bon
Bon
Clay.
Yeah, Bon Clay.
Mr. 2 just kept putting up Nami's face, and Sanji's like, oh, I can't hit a girl.
Oh, I hated that so much. I'm like, you know
He's a
it's not a
gentleman.
girl.
He's a gentleman. He doesn't hit women.
No, but he
Yeah,
knows it's not a
He
girl.
knows it's not Nami.
He knows it's not a girl. It's like the mental thing, like he actually can't hit somebody to have boobs.
Yeah.
It's like if
No,
you have
no,
boobs,
Frankie
like,
versus Furoku was a good fight also. Frankie versus Furoku from Water 7.
well, it wasn't. Well, Brooke wasn't in the fight, so of course it was good.
No.
Oh, shots. Don't take shots, bro. Don't take shots, right?
But real quick, for y'all top 10 characters, is Luffy in your top 10 of all characters?
He's my number one.
No, of course
yeah.
he's my top 10. He's my
It's
top
fine.
10.
It's hard not to put the top 3 Straw Hats in there. To
I
tell
don't think
you
he's
the
not. I don't think he's in my top 5, but he's probably
He may be my favorite anime character ever, but
I
I'm not
get
sure
Buffett
about that.
said, is it weird that Luffy's not in my top 10 favorite characters overall?
No, that's not weird at all.
Okay, no, it's okay.
See, I watch Bleach. Ichigo is not my favorite Bleach character.
Oh, I love
Well,
Ichigo.
no, the thing about
I
One Piece
love
that is so
Ichigo.
good is that like
I love Ichigo. Yo, Bronco, you like Ichigo, huh?
I love
Ichigo's
Ichigo,
my
man.
dude.
He's just so
Ichigo-
different. Like, he's
Ichigo,
just...
Reggie. Yeah, bro. Yo, Ichigo,
I
he's
like him.
different.
I'm just like Ichigo. Can you stop throwing a temper tantrum like every arc and getting all depressed? Like,
mean, yeah,
it happens
he is
every
good.
arc.
But it's like, he got, like, stuff going on, man.
Yo, he's a hype. Yo, he's just a hype nigga, bro. He's just hype, bro. And yo, Ikaku, bro, from Bleach. Oh, bro, Ikaku Madarame. That's my guy.
Kenpachi's probably one of my favorite characters of all time.
Byakura.
I don't know why I
Byakura.
like Byakuya.
That guy. Oh, Byakura.
Dude, I don't
love
know.
him so
Byakuya's
much.
kind of lame, dude. He doesn't even fight. He just like lets his like sword petals go out.
That's why he's
The whole
awesome.
entire character. He doesn't even fight though.
That's not fighting?
Well,
Ikaku,
no.
bro.
Okay, this is
Ikaku,
every single Byakuya fight. Someone Sakura, he just holds out his hand and says that, and then fucking
No, you can't
petals
say
just
it
go
like
everywhere.
that. You can't
That's
say
it.
that.
Oh man, chill.
Even
Bro, man, yo, Ichigo versus Ikaku, Soul Society. That was actually the first fight we got in Soul Society, and this showed us a glimpse of the hype of Soul Society between
Yeah.
Ichigo and Ikaku.
Yo,
wait, Kaku's the bald guy, right?
Yeah, he's a bald guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, dude, his
I like him.
Bankais, or was it his Shikai or whatever? The 2 blades, those things like
Yeah,
sick.
two blades. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching yesterday and I saw the I had to rewatch the Ichigo versus Aizen again, man.
I hate that fight. It was such a letdown.
Oh my god, I love it.
I loved it, bro.
No, I
Short.
think it
was
would
short
build
and sweet.
up too much, and it would just like it would build up so much, and Ichigo to come in, overpower the talent, and destroys him.
Oh my god, that
It
was
was
so
short and sweet, yo. Margo. It was short and sweet, right?
no,
Short and
because I
sweet.
wanted Aizen to die so bad. I was like, yo, this dude needs he needs to go through it. He was just walking around like a god.
Bro, Aizen is such a good character, man.
Yeah, I love
What
Aizen.
the hell?
But he
Stay
needed to be
Master,
humble.
Stay Master, chill.
Aizen was hyped. Aizen, bro. He's legendary, bro. Legendary.
If you believe in Robin's tits, then everything will be all right. I kind of agree with that.
No, I still say Stay Master needs to chill. Captain Kuro over Dragon. Whoa, chill.
I like Captain Kuro though.
But no, but you think you're gonna like him more than Dragon once we learn him? I
Right
think Dragon.
now, possibly.
Honestly,
A god.
I feel like I hold very different opinions to most people. Captain Kuro was like one of the villains in like the East Blue Saga that almost made me not watch One Piece anymore.
Oh, you don't like Captain Kuro?
I
You like
don't.
him?
I don't
Well,
have an
I just
opinion.
feel like
I
his
don't really
character
care.
design just looks super goofy and like weird.
I mean, it looks weird, but I think after he comes back, it's going to improve. It's going to look a lot better.
He's coming. I
That's
don't
like
think he's
something
coming
Oh,
back.
yeah,
Kuro
dude,
would
I
do.
don't think he's
Hold
coming
on.
back. I don't think he's coming
Hold
back.
Hold
I
up.
don't think
I think he
Stan,
has.
Stan. I hear what you're saying. You don't think he's gonna come back. Okay, so how come Brago gets to say Captain Curl? Weak Captain Curl would come back, but then he hates whenever I say Bluno would come back.
Because, listen, the difference,
Ether,
right?
Ether.
The difference is that he is mentioned in an SBS from Oda, saying that his IQ is right.
Oh,
I don't give no
Oh.
craps.
but Bluno's part of Lucci's crew, bro. You think he's
I
part
mean,
of Lucci's
I
crew?
mean,
Are we really having a conversation
Green
here?
Bull Brago, and you think that Bluno's not coming back, but there's somebody called Green Bull who's gonna be
Bro.
introduced in the
do you
story.
think Bluno's Green
Oh,
Bull?
No.
Ether.
No,
Do
that's
you
the
think
dumbest thing I've heard in my
Bluno's
life.
Green Bull?
No. I'm not even listening to you.
I'm trying to see if he's going to go with it.
I'm not starting this, man.
So if Bluno ends up being Green Bull,
Then
I will be so angry.
I'm like, what? So he surpassed Lucci?
you all have to change your names to Bluno Lover.
Yo,
I
Yeah.
would rather die.
I'd,
I have to say something about Zoe, man. I think what's making Zoe really good right now, it's like, it's self-contained in a way. Like, you know, the Dressrosa, I think Oda, he had too much things going on at once in one moment, which really made things,
I think
Yeah,
it was
remember?
dragged out. Like, and they had
yeah,
characters we didn't care about. Like, I didn't care about the Tentatas.
I don't give a
Same.
crap about Cavendish.
no, dude, he had like too much things going on at once.
That's the
Like, can't,
throwing
yeah.
them jabs, man. You throwing them jabs at Hakuba and Cavendish. Like
I
I saw
just said
that-
Cavendish. I didn't even start with
Like-
Hakuba, man.
I saw that Christmas.
Oh, you saw my Christmas song?
I was like, wow, he made a hate song. Basically, a song dissing Hakuba. Really?
I mean, I had to. The Christmas spirit was in me.
It's the spirit. But nah, hey, I get buckets that said Bluno over Smoker. Stop.
Yeah, I get buckets. What's up?
Joker's trash.
Yeah.
Nah.
Joker's trash, bro. He's a scrub, bro. He's a heavy scrub.
Wait. You just said Smoker is trash, bro.
Yeah, he's a scrub, bro. He's a
Have we already been screwed if this son hates smoker?
Yeah, Fifth Son hates Smoker. I don't know why. Now Stan user apparently he hates Smoker as well. So please.
I don't hate him. He sucks. He's cool, but he's weak.
Wait, no, enlighten us how a Smoker sucks, Stan.
Bro, okay, I'll be honest. What's it? Ground line. For example, let's say you're a baller in high school, right? You dominate high school. You know, you're throwing alley oops, dunks,
Mm-hmm.
and
Man.
then he comes to college ball. Plays for Duke.
Mhm.
Eats the bench. Gets dummied on the court. Gets posterized. That's Smoker right there.
Uh-huh.
That's Smoker, bro.
But we haven't seen the full season yet, so you can't say it. He might get off the bench.
I think this was his first. This was his first action, right? He just got out of high school. Maybe he was a little overwhelmed. He did go against two of the best players in college,
True
Right.
that. But I feel that.
Right.
He's one of the top high school recruits. He should have done so. He should not have like 10 turnovers, and he shouldn't have.
That happens though. That happens though. Your first time on the stage, you may have like a bad game, especially when you're going against two of the best players, Dofi and then Virgo.
He's gonna hit the alley one day, man. He's gonna have like them 40-point games. It's coming.
Okay.
No,
okay.
Smoker's time is coming. He's not going to be a relevant character for the rest of the series.
No, he's gonna be relevant. I'm not saying that. He's still gonna be relevant. But if he gets strong, I'm gonna give him my respect. Much
If-
respect.
That's what's up.
You know,
I have a question.
Yeah, what up?
What's up?
Okay, this is a off topic, but had you guys seen the Burning Blood trailer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm buying it, bro. I'm buying it.
And that game, oh my god. All I need to say is the Gear Force animated. That's all I have to say.
But
That for animation is better than the anime will ever have. Just saying.
Yeah, right.
Better than anything Toei is capable of producing because Toei is the crappiest company ever.
You are hating right now.
I do not like Toei. I
That
think
is just
Toei.
not even true.
I
Dude,
hate Toei animation. I hate
that
them. with a
animation
passion.
looks so subpar. It's ridiculous.
Toei animation is below subpar.
You get used to it. You get used to it. I got used to it.
I can't get used to it.
I think the last
Toei
episode
animation is bad. I will agree. I don't think anyone will say that they're good, but when they actually put their time into like animating the episodes correctly, it looks nice.
the last episode was pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you see One Piece Nation?
No, because I get bored. I fall asleep because the pacing is so bad.
Zoro on the
shit was
Pika
good.
fight was fucking insane.
The Pika fight was good. The problem I have with the anime is that they'll make it really good. They'll make it clear they can do well for that like one good scene, and they're like, no, here's your gold. Here's like one piece of gold. Now here's 10 pieces of garbage.
Yeah, but you have to realize they're putting out like 40 episodes a year. Like something like One Punch Man is putting out 12 episodes a year. Obviously, you're gonna have bad animation if you're putting out.
I
so many
understand that, but the Naruto anime puts out just as many, and it's still better than that when in terms of animation, when it has during mechanic at least.
episodes. Yeah,
Well,
but
I don't know about.
the filler in Naruto is also worse than the filler in One Piece.
I don't care at this point. I'm like, as long as we this stupid pacing, I will take anything.
I guess Fuck Trust said Toei Animation or Studio Period.
Studio Paradox, hand down,
Toei,
not even a debate.
Toei.
I don't even know what that is. I'm not really like.
Toei ruins everything they touch.
I mean, I don't pay attention to that stuff. I know.
Yeah,
what it
same
is.
here. I don't.
Toei are the ones that do Dragon Ball Super and One Piece. Paradox are the ones that do Bleach and Naruto.
Toei.
Yeah.
Better out then.
Alright,
I do
Toei.
right.
I
Toei
think,
ruins everything they touch.
I don't know. I think I enjoy Toei's shows more, but Studio, whatever. They
You can't deny they do a better job. You really can't deny it. When Paradox wants something to be good, it is good.
But now I've seen.
Look at the
Toei
last movie.
try.
Just look at the Naruto movie.
Amazing.
Those below anything Toei had ever done in the history of their company's existence away.
But I got a question though. Why is the Dragon Ball Z and regular Dragon Ball series? Why is their animation so much better than Dragon Ball Super?
Because Toei. Because Toei cheap. That's why. Because Toei used to be a much better company.
I think Toei came
I
in
was
with
really
Dragon Ball.
confused when I saw that.
Yeah, people gonna watch it because it's Dragon Ball, so why put so much money into it? You know?
No, yeah, I was
That's
thinking the same
thing with One Piece.
Yeah, the same thing. I mean, it's just
That's what they-
business.
Yeah, like back then, they didn't know how popular the show would be, so they went all out. Right now, they kind of, like, people are watching anyway.
Playing with house money.
Well, about the Boo Saga, they kind of probably knew.
No, yeah, but, like, it was still ongoing. Right now, I don't know. It's like they don't. It seems
It's
like.
also probably because they're doing the
PlayStation always finds a way to talk about Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Like, if any of y'all play Mega Man,
Yeah.
like, when they made Mega Man, I think the last two that they made, I think it was like 9 and 10. They made them 8-bit again, and it was the same reason. They didn't want to put the money into it, and the original creator ended up leaving. And I think it's similar with Dragon Ball. Not like the creator left, but they're not putting in the money into it. They're trying to see what it does first.
What do you mean? Like, I know Toriyama's involved in Super, so.
I mean, I just don't think it makes sense to throw a lot of money at it because people gonna watch it anyway.
You know, I feel like I'm hoping what they're doing is they're just like, why should we spend money on the recap? And I'm hoping they go all out in the
Later on.
in the universe that starts.
It has
I mean,
good like fights.
but then again, they don't go all out in One Piece, and One Piece is always giving you material, so who cares?
It's
Toy
just sucks
Animation
though,
is
man.
McDonald's. Toy Animation is the McDonald's of the animation industry.
Wow.
They're the
That's
McDonald's,
dirty,
man.
man.
And Madhouse is like like a fancy burger place or something.
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm just saying, this is why most new things nowadays suck, because nobody wants to put the money or the time into it.
Yeah, true.
Well, no, but mangas are great. Like, but
Yeah, manga, that's a form of art, so it's not going to change.
no,
but
One Piece,
animation,
the One
you
Piece
really gotta
manga
put-
great. the Bleach manga recently had is decent. I mean, the Dragon Ball Super manga is amazing. I mean, like, the Dragon Ball manga and the One Piece manga are amazing. The animes, the animes don't live up to how amazing the manga is.
Honestly, the only manga I like watching or like reading or watching, whatever you want to call it, more than anime is Kingdom. But that's just because the anime for Kingdom was terrible.
Oh, the anime for Kingdom is. Oh my god, it's god awful.
What about Toriko? I heard
my friend recommended me Kingdom, so I watched the first episode. I'm like, did I click on the wrong link? What is this?
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was a mistake. I was like, what is this? Toriko's anime was better than Kingdom's.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a Kingdom anime? It's so bad I haven't heard of it.
Exactly.
It is literally the worst anime probably in anime history.
It looks like.
Let's all be honest. That's Boku no Pika.
I haven't seen them.
I liked it Dragon Ball GT, but I know a lot of people complained about it, so it was probably that too, since I was like the previous thing they put out.
I don't know. Right now, I'm feeling GT more than Super, but maybe that may change.
Even the concepts with it.
If I want to back you up there, I will back DJ up and say because I know how much people hate GT. GT, the English dub is a different story, but in the Japanese one, it has less plot holes and is overall a better series.
Honestly, I like GT.
GT is better than Super at the moment. What you enjoy more is up to you, but overall the series is better. It has less plot holes and it's more consistent. So there's no reason to hate on anybody that says it.
No, what it seemed like GT did is like they kind of gave us what we wanted. They had Super Saiyan 4 in it. They had the fusion.
They had the dragons in there and everything. Shenron, Omega.
I like that.
The only problem with GT was Goku time. It was too much Goku. Way.
He always dies, though.
The fact that Goku was a kid was kind of weird because he was hanging out with other kids.
The weird part about that didn't make sense was that it seemed to also make him a kid a little bit mentally.
That's what I'm saying. He was making like poop jokes and stuff, and it's like you're like 50 in real life. What are you doing?
Also, the other thing was just that I don't see why they made them they held off on a lot of things. Like they made Goku, Pan, and Trunks in that first arc act like these people were a threat.
Yeah.
I'm like, none of you are dangerous. Pan could kill all of you easily. You're just people with guns. These guys could blow up this planet. Like, why?
Goten should have came instead.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree completely.
I need more Goten, man.
You want to know what else should have happened?
What's up?
Goten should not have unfused when he arrived on the battlefield in Super. A lot of things that should happen don't happen in Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Goku should have killed Bafu. He said he was strong enough to do it. He just didn't want to.
Wait, who's your guys' favorite Dragon Ball character?
Probably Goku for me.
Yamcha or Future Trunks?
Yamcha.
Yamcha.
Were you serious with Yamcha?
Yeah, for real.
Oh my god, you're going to die. You're going to die tomorrow when you wake up. Your heart's gonna stop beating from licking Yamcha.
Well, he got the super silver thing.
No. Did you know? Long exposure to Yamcha, it caused you diarrhea, vomiting, and thoughts of suicide.
What?
That's how bad Yamcha is. You guys be thinking about killing yourself. Like you've been too much time.
Yamcha's only bad because the author makes him bad, man. He made him lose his girl, like in the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. That's just terrible.
Yeah, I get Buckets and said Vegeta, and C-Master said Krillin.
Krillin was probably troll, but I'd probably say.
I got Gohan.
Gohan.
You mean Teen Gohan, right?
Ultimate Gohan is cool too. Teen Gohan is cool too.
My thing with Gohan is a lot of people don't need to get that is Gohan's character.
It's bullshit.
Honestly,
no, Gohan character it was designed to be a nerd. Like Gohan, if you look back at the series, he was never a fighter.
He was a nerd. Even in high school, he was still acting like a nerd. But it's just crazy.
He wasn't a fighter. I mean, he's not a pussy. He never liked fighting.
the best fighter in Dragon Ball Z. Period.
No.
Who is?
Hercule.
The best fighter, if you're being legit, the best fighter would probably be, I would say, if we're talking about just skill, probably Mutagroshi, honestly.
I don't know who that is, tell you the truth.
Master Roshi?
Oh, you said Master Roshi?
That's my
You didn't
Japanese.
say Master Roshi. You said some other.
I said Muten Roshi.
Oh, I wish Master Roshi was the best, but
No, technically I think when it comes to skill, I think he may be the best fighter.
I think Pecan is still beating Goku to this day.
Who?
Icon.
Python?
Yeah.
Filler.
Oh, non-canon. Not even listening.
Filler.
Yeah,
I think you're gonna tell me Broly can beat Beerus.
I like Future Trunks.
Broly's defeating everybody in the draft. No, I'm joking.
Oh my
I've
god.
never even seen the Broly movie, to tell you the truth.
Good. Don't watch it. It'll correct
Broly's
your brain.
horrible. Broly sucks.
Thank you.
Bio Broly is horrible, man.
They said it's all about Bardock.
No, Bardock and Broly are garbage.
Bardock is dope.
No,
What?
not garbage.
Say
They're
Broly's
overrated.
garbage? What the hell? Broly's like one of the coolest characters. Jesus Christ, we got a packed house.
Wow. What? They're overrated. I'm just saying.
Nah, but Bio Broly?
Broly and Bardock. Okay, one, people say Bardock can beat Frieza, unlike hitting a Super Saiyan. People do realize Super Saiyan's a 50-time multiplier, right? So, if Bardock's base form isn't strong enough, he's not. Just because you go Super Saiyan doesn't make you stronger than Frieza. Not the way it works. And Broly? People say Broly can beat Beerus easily. People say he can beat Whis.
They just put him in that headlock.
C-Master said Broly over Beerus.
Beerus would take Broly's head.
Broly is one-shotting Beerus straight up.
Okay, I wasn't actually.
No, I'm kidding. But Broly has like one of the coolest character designs of all time.
Where did it go? But I know he's cool looking, but people legitimately think he can beat Beerus, and it's disturbing.
I don't
Yeah,
think that, but
I mean, everyone obviously, a lot of people share like bias when they talk about versus matchups.
No, it's not even bias. It's the point with stupidity. Somebody told me the other day, Broly's power is infinite, and the
Like
Japanese. I'm just like, what?
Like how half the people that watch and read One Piece think that Shanks can just shit on Kaido without ease.
Same thing. It's like, no, Shanks is overrated.
They're both
Blackbeard almost dummied him, bro. He can't destroy Kaido, bro. But Blackbeard almost dummied Shanks, bro.
Oh, we don't know what Shanks' true strength is yet.
Well, yeah.
No, but hate on me all you want. I think Shanks is overrated as hell.
Oh yeah, but it's.
Oh yeah, I know he is.
It's not
I
that.
mean, Shanks is powerful. Don't get me wrong. He's very powerful, but he's overrated. I once heard somebody tell me he's probably stronger than Roger, and I'm like, no.
well, see, that's the first time I heard it. I wouldn't call him overrated because
you can't say overrated
that far.
That's still dope for man. You have to give him respect.
I just want to figure out where One Piece Nation is finding all these people. I'm starting to think he's making it up.
No, I have pictures of the comments about the Brawly one.
Are you on like foreign forums or something like that? Like
no, I just go in the comments a lot.
Yeah, when at Marineford when Shanks stopped Kaido from attacking Whitebeard, I heard him say that it wasn't a huge battle. Like it was just like probably Kaido, Jack, and maybe a few other people, and Shanks had his main crew, and he stopped them kind of
Yeah,
fast.
it was probably just Shanks like saying something. It probably wasn't actually any conflict.
This is all Shanks
No,
had done.
they actually got into a fight because Shanks' cheek was bruised in Marineford.
No, yeah, they got into a fight. The Marines were saying was like, yo, he was just like fighting Kaido.
Well, no, they said it hadn't even been a day since his confrontation with Kaido. They don't know what transpired during their confrontation. Shanks could have just been like, Shanks could have blackmailed him for all we know.
No, but they got into a fight. Shanks' cheek was bruised. You could check it.
That's all Kaido left for Shanks is a bruised cheek. Yeah.
I think it's better.
Let's all be honest. Shanks is going to be Gildor. Is going to be Kaido just as badly as Gildar's is going to be Kaido because they're the same person.
You know how everyone thinks that Shanks can slow time? What if Shanks is actually just Foxy?
Oh, come on.
Shanks can't slow time. It's just a video game, people.
As far as you know, Shanks could have injured Kaido's stomach.
Or what if he can just stop time in general, like Dio?
Nah, he probably just put that in the video game just
Right.
to have fun.
What is just trolling people? Just like how he trolled everyone and said next year is going to be year of Sanji when it's not going to be the year of Sanji.
Remember when Ben Beckman had the gun to Kizaru's head?
Ooh.
Remember that part? Yeah.
Kizaru was trolling though.
Nah, Ben Beckman is something to be forced to be reckoned with.
Yeah, but then he started firing again. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, I don't think that Ben Beckman could beat Kizaru in a 1v1, but he
I think he
definitely
could.
did like
Nah,
take him a little bit because Kizaru was supposed to take down the submarine and he stopped himself from taking down the submarine. So
Mhm.
I think he could beat Kizaru, but I don't think Kizaru was scared of him. I think it was just trolling.
Yeah.
I think it would be pretty close. Yeah, I think it'd be pretty
I doubt it. If he could have beat him, he could have kicked his head off. Kizaru could have easily kicked his head off if he wanted to.
I mean, what do you guys have thoughts on the Throne Wars? Who you guys got?
Well, then again, what are
Captain Kid?
No, Kid got wrecked by Kaido.
What?
Well,
Brother,
no, if Kaido, unless Kaido let them go, they're dead. That's the way that goes. That's the way that goes.
No, you guys are insane.
They either died or Kaido let them
You
go.
guys need to stop sleeping on all these characters that aren't Yonkos.
No, I know, but they just don't stand. They cannot win that fight. I'm sorry, they can't.
No, the three of them combined cannot beat Kaido.
I didn't say they could
I
beat
don't
Kaido,
think
but
Law. I don't think them plus Law and Luffy could beat Kaido.
what if they put up a decent
No,
fight against Kaido and Kaido's impressed?
Jack's
so he just
bounty is 1 billion. We don't even know
Bounties
exactly
are on everything.
No. But in
exactly
this case,
what
the bounty was
Kaido's bounty
But
is.
it's something. Give me something.
I mean, it means something, but I don't think it means everything. I mean, I don't. Kid, Killer. Wait.
Robin had a higher bounty than Luffy when he was first introduced. Did that mean she could beat Luffy if he went all out? Probably not.
So?
Nah, but they, but their bounty is the
I mean, at the time Robin met Luffy, she was,
Yeah,
she
she
might have been
could've-
stronger than him, actually. I don't
Right.
know.
No,
Yeah,
and then she magically, and then because she's a woman and a member of the crew, she had to become weaker than him.
Yeah.
factual.
Well, no,
their bounties is a mix
I'm
of their
not saying,
power.
I'm not saying that
No,
wrong.
it's because Robin doesn't have Gear 3rd.
Oh, come on.
No, let's all be honest. Luffy, Gear second, and any woman. Everybody will be.
Mom, hello?
The whole party will be happy.
Wait, I heard that Kid, Apu, Hawkins, Law, and Luffy can't beat Kaido.
I don't
No.
think they can.
You're insane.
They can.
Can I rephrase
They can.
that? Can I rephrase that? I don't think they can beat him without a plan. I think if they had preparation, they could do it.
Obviously,
I
they have
don't think
Of course,
if
they're not
they're
preparation.
sitting
They're
there
not
and
gonna
it's
walk and
around
walk
it.
to the.
I don't
They're gonna
know.
walk and
I
run.
just don't see them sitting at a table,
You're crazy.
killing, Kaido just walking in and then just being like, okay, and just kicking his ass. I don't think.
Kaido would die.
Walk and run.
I think
They would
without,
have to like poison him first to weaken him or something.
I don't know.
no, I think they would win if they just had time to repair. I just don't think if they're all, unless they're all 100% ready, like kind of
Who in
like
the right
Luffy did.
mind would walk
Well,
and
that's
run?
the thing. We don't know if they could even harm Kaido.
But I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, can Kaido even can Kaido even be defeated?
Yes.
Yes.
I know
I mean,
he's.
okay, look at
One
the
of a villain that
scars
can't be
on his
defeated.
body.
What name is that?
He's invincible, remember?
Not yet, but
No,
that would make it hard
he's
if
immortal. He
defeated,
can't die.
No,
Yeah, that's what I meant. So basically, they would have to pull a
Bro, we're assuming.
Shikamaru and like cut him in pieces and then throw him in a hole or something.
You know who's there with them, Law. So
No, Law is not contributing.
Oh my god,
anything.
you're right. No, that's actually true. Law could cut him into pieces easily. Because it'd been
And then Law will die like 4
Alright,
times.
well, you need to take the word easily out of that sentence.
I don't know about
Not
easily.
No, I meant easily. I meant by as long as he can land the hit, he can do it. Like it doesn't require physical
But
strength.
Law's
They
not
would have
landing
to
any
really
hits.
He's gonna die
destroy
like 6
Kaido or
times before
something.
that happens. He's gonna die like 6 times before that even happens.
Law
Law
could,
is not
There's
landing
5
any.
captains.
So we're talking
It's
yeah,
not to
come.
bring down Kaido, bro.
Law could do that,
Law
but I
got
don't
like
think that would
6
work on
times.
Kaido.
5 captains? Nah, bro.
Law is not defeating anybody right now.
Like I can see Law trying to cut Kaido, and he's like, oh, his Haki, I can't.
I think all the alliance needs is just to add Blue Note to their alliance, and they probably
There
use
you go.
Kaido.
Prove you. There you go, man.
I
Just
have
opens up the door to the underworld and leave Kaido in there.
Supernova versus the 4 Yonko. Who would win?
Who?
All 13 Supernovas. All the rookies.
Well, obviously, that they're not going to win.
No,
Well,
but
it doesn't even make sense.
had no crew.
You can't even do that matchup, first off, because Blackbeard's a Supernova and a Yonko.
Okay, so taking out Blackbeard, hear me out. All the rookies and their crews versus only the 4 Yonko, meaning only Blackbeard, Kaido, Big Mom, and
There's
Shanks.
no chance. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Nah, but
No.
everybody versus Blackbeard.
They're still not winning, I don't think.
I think they could defeat Blackbeard though if everybody
Like,
went
think
against
about it.
Blackbeard.
It took Luffy and Law to take down Doflamingo, and Doflamingo's not even a Yonko.
No. But Blackbeard is a Yonko, but he's still a new Yonko. He just have beast.
Blackbeard is the weakest Yonko.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
I don't know if
think
he's
that's
the
too hard.
weakest
Nah,
Yonko.
Big Mom, Big Mom.
I think it's Big Mom.
Yeah, it's Big Mom.
No,
As far as this whole
I don't think it's Big Mom because you know what I think. Like I
She's
haven't
a woman,
seen
bro.
too much. I haven't seen too much of the crew. And if everybody's equal, then if their crew was weak, that means that Yonko was just that much more beast.
Yeah, I will have to say that, like, when people rank Yonkos, it's really by, like, a smaller margin than you think. Like, it's not like when we say Blackbeard or Big Mom's the weakest Yonko, like, that other Yonko could just shit on them. Like, they're still all really even in, like, terms of power.
Nah,
no, it's all very
Started
good.
to
We're
the
just saying,
weakest.
we just
And
think 30
Jinbe-
Yonko will win.
Jinbe used to be a warlord, and then he started working under Big Mom. I don't think he will be working under her if she was the weakest or if she was weak.
No,
Yeah.
That'd be bad look for him.
no, I think it isn't
That's
all.
like-
No, we're not saying they're weak. We're saying they're not strong. We're saying in
In
comparison,
comparison
to
to
the
the
other
rest
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
but that's like saying Vegeta is weaker than Goku.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
They're at the same
we
level.
actually literally know nothing about Big Mom.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know nothing about her to say that she's
That's
weak.
true.
And
We don't really know anything
Nobody
about a lot of the
said-
Yonko.
Nobody said she's weak, bro.
You
We said
guys,
she's the
I want
weakest.
to point something out. Who else here
She
thinks?
might be the weakest. We don't know. She could be stronger than Blackbeard.
Only
She's a
thing we
woman,
can like compare off of from the Yonkos is that like we have to like compare their their lower crewmates, like their second commands and stuff like that.
And
No,
we don't-
yeah, but that's the thing. But I think if we do that, since we haven't seen nobody that was really beast in her crew,
I mean,
that
then
mean that I think
take out a
she's
whole.
strong.
The only crew we have really seen ever do anything from a Yonko is really Shanks.
Well, Whitebeard.
And Jack.
Unless you include Whitebeard and Shanks, unless you include and Jack,
And
unless
sort of
you include-
Blackbeard. I
Unless
mean,
you include, well, Blackbeard wasn't a
Blackbeard,
Yonko yet,
kinda.
What is she?
well, we saw him fight Ace, so that
but
kind of.
he wasn't a Yonko.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but that's the thing. Remember Luffy punched Blackbeard when he was in the prison.
Mhm.
Now that I think about it, Blackbeard might be a beast.
No,
He's
he's
got like all the
now.
level 6 prisoners. I think they were like every level 6 prisoner was from like a different Yonko's crew, or like maybe not from their crew, but
I think his crewmates are gonna go hard in the paint, but I don't think I think Blackbeard's gonna get defeated. Not by Law though, because Law sucks.
No, but the Blackbeard pirate versus the Straw Hat pirate is a confirmed thing at this point. It has to happen.
If Luffy could avoid Blackbeard hits, I think Luffy could beat Blackbeard, but I don't think that's the case with every Yonko. Though.
Can't avoid Blackbeard. He has Rosa.
It seems hard to avoid
Not with
Blackbeard.
Whitebeard dealt through.
No.
Honestly, I had no idea how Luffy could beat Blackbeard when it going
feel
off
like-
of the current ability, just due to that devil fruit of his.
I feel like
No,
Luffy
I
has
feel
like a
like
pretty
you
good matchup.
need to have long distance attacks to defeat.
No, but I meant with Whitebeard's devil fruit. I mean, oh, my God, if Luffy lost his power, like if Blackbeard were able to negate his power, then hit him with like an earthquake,
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
that would be devastating.
But the thing is, he still has to pull him, close. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
Luffy not just gonna go there and not do anything when he gets
Exactly.
there.
And true, he has Haki now too, so even if he does lose his Devil Fruit when he's fighting Blackbeard,
Yeah.
he still has his Haki to rely on.
Plus Blackbeard's fat and slow.
He's not a fully.
Blackbeard's fat and slow. He's not catching Luffy in Gear 4.
The thing is, Blackbeard is probably gonna eat the punch. He's gonna eat it, then come right back at Luffy.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but you know what's gonna happen? Luffy going to use King Konga, and then Blackbeard going to return via force and be attacked.
I think what he can probably do is use
And then
Black
Luffy
Hole.
that's gonna do some serious damage.
Remember, he has Black Hole. He can just take that.
Don't you remember what he did with H? He like ignored the fire fish, and he like let it go
That's
back,
what I'm
and H was like, "What?"
Yeah. So, I mean,
And-
Blackbeard is
And Luffy, that would do a lot of damage. Remember, that's a Haki infused attack, so technically it could still hurt him.
I think the Haki over it would stop it from doing that.
Has Blackbeard learned Haki? Do we even know that?
Not sure.
I don't think it's been confirmed, but
I think it would be pretty cool if it was something like Blackbeard didn't have Haki or something like that.
I think it would make him too OP.
I think
Yeah,
he
I'm
has
gonna-
Haki. I think he has Haki because even Jesus Burgess had Haki and he was weak like crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like, what if like you know how Marco said that Blackbeard's body is like different than everyone else's? What if the drawback of him being able to eat devil fruits is that he can't use Haki?
That makes sense.
That makes
though.
no sense. That makes no
That
sense.
makes
No, it
sense.
does. No, it
I like
makes
how
sense
I
from a
simultaneously
storytelling.
got someone say that makes sense, and someone goes that makes no sense.
It's like two
No,
different.
no, actually, that does make sense from a storytelling standpoint.
Because Haki's willpower,
Why do
bro.
you think it doesn't make sense?
Haki's willpower, so
Yeah,
it
like-
has nothing to do with your
It's not
body.
that simple though. Like it's
Nah,
not just.
Blackbeard definitely has willpower. Look how long he waited on Whitebeard's ship just to get the fruit. I think he has Haki and
No, I'm not saying he doesn't have willpower, but there might be something about his body that's physically like.
He cannot. He doesn't have the
Able to-
physical
I
ability.
know what you're
There's
saying.
a drawback.
Maybe
right?
he's like a
How-
normal one of us. Maybe he's
But
like
Like,
one of
think
us.
about it. Like,
How did he hurt Shanks?
What do you mean?
Cowardly move. Isn't that? Wouldn't that be about
Oh,
the same?
and how did he get like that like animal scar
think he
across
can say
his
that.
eye?
Shanks said that I
His
was.
guard wasn't down. And
My
he
guard-
still-
Yeah, but Shanks' guard wasn't down when he got his arm eaten off by a Sea King.
kind of was. He jumped in there like.
Is that a
hurricane.
plot
Nah, because if he had Haki back in the day, he would have easily just dodged that or like hit him with some armament Haki, and then the
He
sea.
did have hockey back in the day because he used Conqueror's hockey.
It's like he had to have hockey back then. Like Dofi had hockey back
Yeah.
No, I don't think he did.
Yeah, I have a
Remember-
question. Do you guys think Trouble?
There's no way Shanks didn't
becomes
have
the
hockey
ruler
back
he is
Wait,
today?
wait. That Shanks didn't have Haki when he saved Luffy. You saying?
then. Yeah, he had to have hockey back then.
Well, I don't know.
When you say hockey, what do you mean? Like Conquerors or
That coulda-
observation?
that could have that moment right there could have awoken.
Observation and armament.
I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe.
if Shanks had Haki, he could have just.
Do you guys think?
I would assume he had hockey if he was on Roger's
Yeah,
ship. Like,
um,
Rayleigh probably taught him how to use hockey and shit like that. But
I think that
Do you
moment
guys think Trouble?
was Haki awakening.
He said hockey awakening.
Yeah, like when he saved Luffy, when he saved Luffy, that was the moment he got his Haki. And then
I
after
don't
that,
know.
it just
I
kept
don't
going
know.
and he got into a beast.
That's
'Cause, like-
tough for me to think that at that moment Shanks unlocked hockey.
Well, check this out.
Trouble can't push
If
Donkey
he,
to
if
come
he
on.
already had Haki, he could have just used Conqueror's Haki and he could have just knocked it out in the first place. Like, who has Haki and loses their arm?
Well,
You know,
remember what he said? He said he would make a bet. Maybe he
Mom,
did. He wanted to
definitely
do that.
did.
You think Trouble really?
or let's just chalk it up to plot holes and leave it alone.
Hold on, I was
Good
kind of
point.
late for saying that, but who has Haki that got their arm cut off? Law versus Doflamingo.
No. That was different. Like,
Wait. But we know that's nothing for Law though, right?
Yeah.
But still, even though you can sew it back on, it doesn't mean you're just gonna let it get cut off. Obviously, he just sucks as a character.
Well, why couldn't Shanks get his arm back? Like, get a new arm.
Do you guys think do you think Trouble can't make
What is
Doflamingo
it, Star
the crazy
Wars?
ruler he is today? Because Trouble offered him the string fruit.
Guys, let's all be honest. We all know Maurice Shanks only lost his arm because he wasn't chopped buggy by our Lord and our Savior.
That's what it was. Oh, Lord, I don't know.
Oh.
I think it's supposed to be.
Everybody should see our Lord and Savior, so here you all go.
It was just,
Alright,
it was
well,
supposed to be
Like,
symbolic.
he had King's Haki. I think he could have just used it and could have knocked the creature out instead of like losing his arm.
I mean, that goes back to why didn't Whitebeard use hockey and
Fifth son.
Well,
That's the guy.
with Whitebeard though,
He was
he was sick and stuff like that. We don't know
I don't-
like
nah, I don't
Haki and stamina and all of that. But Shanks was at full health right there. He could have just.
but Luffy and Law be using hockey even though they're past their limit.
True.
It's like
That's-
why didn't
that's
Whitebeard
fine,
use
that's
hockey? I
fine.
think just back then hockey wasn't written into the story.
I mean, wouldn't he need hockey to?
No. Haki was written into the story back then. I could prove it because when Smoker was on top of Luffy and Dragon came and stopped him, he was kind of like you could touch me, like you could only touch them with Haki. So
And
Haki
didn't
was
the
always
first
there.
episode, Shanks
When did you say
kind of
that?
used
When did he say that?
Shanks kind of used Conqueror's Haki in the first episode, if you think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think he had just awoken it then. I don't think he had it.
Yeah.
Like I've been
okay.
looking at like trying to find out when Shanks turned into a Yonko. I think like he unlocked his Haki at that moment, and I don't think he turned into a. I don't think he turned into a Yonko until he met with Mihawk. I think when Ace seen him, I don't think he was a Yonko yet.
You
That
think?
makes sense because Luffy was a little kid, and then he
Yeah.
started like what when he was 17. So there
How
was a
old?
huge gap there.
Yeah. How long was the gap?
And then if you look at
Oh,
Shanks,
like what? At least 10 years, right?
Yeah. So that would make. Yeah, that would make sense.
So he
When you
didn't
look
have
at
hockey.
training,
crew in the first
I feel
episode.
like how strong Luffy got in 2 years.
Shanks was 20 at that point. Didn't have hockey.
Well, check this out. Like, if you look at how
Possible.
Shanks' crew looks in the first episode, like how they look, it looks close to kind of how Luffy crew was a little bit before like the a little bit before like the Moria arc, or like after the Moria arc.
Thing is, Brago is he might have had armament Haki, but he might have not had like enough to be able to like stop.
Or maybe he didn't have control over his
Shanks'
consciousness.
crew, like
It's ridiculous.
Shanks' crew,
Just like Luffy did, yeah, for a long
but
time.
Shanks' crew looked kind of like babyish back then. Like I don't think they had Haki. When you
I mean,
see,
they were
you
just
see
young.
him,
What?
We were young.
no, like the way that they look. Like if you look at how Zoro looked in the first episode and how Zoro looks now, like he's beast. Or even like how he looked in the first episodes towards later on in the season. I think that was like early, like an earlier form of Shanks right there in his crew.
Looked a bit wacky. I admit he didn't look.
Like,
I chalked out the art style, honestly.
Like it's a
that's
big
the art
difference
style.
from the Shanks in the first
Nah,
episode.
but
Like,
it's not wacky. Like I like the art style, but it looked wacky. You have to admit, it was a good. Like I enjoyed the art style, but it did kind of look a bit wacky.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I think they do that
Which
to
is
show
nothing
their
wrong
power.
with it.
Like when they look wacky like that, that means that they're not
Yeah,
strong
for
like that.
sure,
When they
for
look all confident and they look like a little bit buffer, that's when they're more stronger. Like look at Shanks.
Yeah.
First,
I mean, look at what Lucky Roo did, though. That wasn't confident? How did it... Like, they
no.
came-
I'm not saying that they couldn't have confidence. I just mean that they're like how strong they was at that moment. That's kind of like what it's showing. The same thing with Naruto. Like when Naruto first started, he's all goofy and you know what I mean. He's all like what you call that? Like he's not really that
Determined? I don't know.
well that too, but he's like kind of his moves isn't really like all that like that efficient like that. And then later on he's
I'm
beat.
touching 1,000.
I think it's hard to use the art style from
No
the
problem.
beginning of the series.
If you
That-
check out how Shanks looked at in the beginning, and how he looked at when he went on Whitebeard's ship, it's a big difference.
Well, his
Like,
design
that
changed.
Shanks had Haki, that Shanks is
But
not.
everything-
I think that
Or
you can just chalk that up to
evolve.
design, though. To be honest.
And every mangaka does that. The art style kind of changes throughout
Yeah,
the entire
yeah.
series.
That's not a,
When it's long running, your art is gonna change throughout it. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
And that's
That's
what
crazy,
like,
bro.
Especially with like Hiro Araki, especially with JoJo, bro. The art style changes from part to part. So like it's same thing.
you can say that, but in a lot of shows, when the art style changes on the people it changes, they look beast.
Yeah,
like,
for sure, yeah.
Some people,
That's over time. Like,
some
there's-
characters look doofy from the start when we get introduced to them, but some of them look beast. Like Jack design is beast. It's not nothing.
Yeah,
that-
Jack design is dude. Jack design is lit, bro.
that's just animation. 2000.
Chill. It's not badass. My hair's ugly. Chill.
What?
Yo,
Cause like when
can you say? Yeah.
when
son.
Shanks was kind of paranoid a little bit, and he's like, "Can you get my bounty?" And he's like, "Nah, you know, like my brother always talks about you. You saved his life." He's like, "Oh, okay." He didn't say like yo, you want to challenge me? I'm a Yonko or nothing like that. He was just like, "Yo, you want my bounty?" So I don't think he was a Yonko yet. But when Mihawk came and he seen him, he was on the island, and he was like, he asked his people to where's your leaders or where's your superiors at, and they were scared of Mihawk, and Mihawk went to Shank, and he was like, "You're just like casually hanging out on the island. You're too careless."
I think that has more to do with his
I think he
time
was
on
a Yonko
Roger.
then. Because I think Mihawk was trying to say like, "You're a Yonko just out on the island relaxing. Like you need to be."
But that's just strange, though. I mean, it's like, I don't know when.
They probably know each other from when he was a member of the Roger Pirates, honestly.
No. I know they probably know each other, but it's no reason to be like, why are you just on the island chilling if it wasn't somebody important?
No,
I
but
think he was
maybe
a Yonko
Mihawk
at
is
that
like,
point.
why is somebody amazing and new just sitting on an island, like whether you're.
What you say?
He said it to him like he was getting too careless though. It's nothing wrong with being powerful and hanging out, but like to be a Yonko just like out in the open is.
I mean, if you're that powerful, you don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you want a challenge. Now look at Kaido right now.
True.
You watch
Bro, Kaido's trying to kill himself.
Kaido
Kaido is trying to kill himself.
What Law said is that you won't even get to see a Yonko. Like that's how like supposedly.
You know how he's supposed to be immortal? I looked back on the frame, and like he has a scar on like his left or right side. That makes me think he may not exactly be immortal. Like there's a loophole.
That's from Whitebeard.
Maybe he could have got that before he became immortal.
That makes sense.
Whitebeard probably sliced him because he's saying that Whitebeard cursed him, so maybe.
I think that the reason that he's like so immortal or whatever it is because his double fruit is like so crazy and awakened, and he just regens all the damage he takes, so he can't die.
That is true.
I'm telling you, he said that Whitebeard cursed him. I'm thinking that Whitebeard's scythe is like cursed or something like that. So whenever he sliced him, it cursed him.
No, he said curse that Whitebeard.
Or like, what if Whitebeard forced him to eat a devil fruit that makes him regenerate?
Oh.
I like the
I don't
theory
know.
that said that Kaido used to be Whitebeard's
Yeah.
first commander.
Yeah.
Or what if he was mad? What if he was mad cursing Whitebeard because he died because he couldn't battle him again?
No,
What
yeah.
if he was just
Makes sense.
What if he was cursing his name out and just
Yeah, that's what he was doing. I think it was a combination of that and for somebody who can't die and wants to die and Whitebeard dying, he was kind of jealous of Whitebeard dying.
I think it just goes back to he's my adversary. It's like it's respect thing,
Or maybe Whitebeard was the only person that could kill him that he knew of.
Yeah, because Whitebeard was that strong. Like, he was the only one that was strong enough to kill him.
Well, he was
I
all
don't
like,
think
"Damn."
I don't think Whitebeard was actually the strongest man in the world during the war. It's not.
I mean, Akainu was pretty boss during the war.
No, I don't think. I think Whitebeard.
I don't know. I think Whitebeard would have fucking.
He said he
shit
was. I don't
on-
know.
I think Whitebeard would have shit on Akainu if he didn't get fucking stabbed.
Nah,
Like,
yeah, of course.
No, you said Kobe was being Whitebeard during the war? Is that what you
Whoa.
said?
He's better than Whitebeard.
No.
No, that's Fujitora
No.
said.
Burgess?
Fujitora said that.
What has happened to Kobe? We haven't seen Kobe in a long time.
Kobe's going to Wano to come mop up Zoro.
Nobody cares about Kobe. Go after
He's the one that beat up Jack whenever he came and tried to take Dofi back.
Kobe.
Yeah,
Of
dude.
course.
Fujitora and Akainu was just laying there with like their limbs gone, and then Kobe comes
Kobe's got
But
it.
yeah, I think Jack is just as strong or stronger than Marco. I don't think he's weaker than Marco.
Yeah, I agree.
Marco's just more popular.
I think Marco is stronger than Jack.
Hold on, I have a question for you
I
guys.
don't think Marco is stronger than Jack. Because you know what? I think I was thinking about it, and
Why would Marco be
he did
stronger?
some impressive stuff about Jack. And with Marco, while he did some impressive stuff, it's like they was like, "It's Marco, the Phoenix," and they like hyped him up or whatever like that.
Do you think it's all hype for Marco?
Yeah, like they hyped him up. Like
I have
nobody.
a question
nobody
for you guys.
said, well, check this out. The guy that was under him, he was like, "It's Jack." He's Kaido's. Like he hyped him up, but it's not the same as like the Marines being like, "It's Marco the Phoenix," and like they made him all cool and stuff like that. Like
No,
they
No,
Wait.
Jack's just a hype man, dog. Marco, he got bars.
Marco is a boss, bro. Stop.
no. Like I like Marco. I like the Phoenix thing.
Stronger than Jack.
Nobody can't like
I think-
Marco.
From what I seen from like in a way what we've been hearing about Jack is more.
The thing is, Marco is overhyped as
than what we've
fuck.
seen
Dude.
from Marco.
I
Yeah.
don't disagree.
Marco is like Shanks in the
Marco is
respect that people
Zoro.
overhype him. The thing
Well,
is,
we
Marco's
won't-
fruit is actually like.
kind of one experience, sort of, so we don't know the total extent of his abilities or how high exactly his bounty is.
Marco's fruit is like way. Like, it seems like really OP when you look at it.
Yeah.
First off, the flames don't do anything. Like, they don't do
No, they
damage.
don't.
They're
They
just
don't.
aesthetic. And secondly, like the regen. you
What?
get-
What?
What?
Yeah, the
They help
flame-
him regenerate.
When
No,
was
but
that
I'm just saying like they
confirmed?
don't do damage.
Okay.
The thing is, what I say, I can guarantee that Marco has a higher bounty than Jack.
No.
Oh, you can't. No,
We don't know that.
Here's the thing. I will say that Marco might.
Jack is doing crazy stuff.
No, I guarantee.
Yeah, exactly. I think Marco might be stronger than Jack, but Jack definitely has the highest bounty probably out of any like Yonko subordinate.
Why? Why do you say that?
Nah,
Because
I
dude, he
think Marco's
tortures
stronger,
people
though,
and shit.
because Marco was fighting
No.
Kizaru, and they was kind of like, you know what? In a way, Rayleigh did better than Marco did against
What?
Kizaru.
He sent Kizaru flying.
Yo, Blackbeard subordinates, I don't know. They
No.
do some crazy stuff.
Check this out. He did send Kizaru flying, but he was like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
that hurts." And Marco was like, "Yo, you're lying. I know that didn't."
Hey, what do you
Blackbeard's
think
slow.
He was,
Shiryu's
like, playing around
bounty
with
is?
it.
Probably
Marco.
around where Jack's is. I forgot about
Well,
Blackbeard.
if Jack is 1 billion, then I feel like the Yonkos might be like 1.5 billion and above.
Yeah, something
Well,
like
Marco is a captain now, right?
that.
Captain of the Whitebeard Pirates?
Yeah, that is true. His bounty might be.
Now, Marco could have joined Shanks' crew. You don't know that.
True.
No. I don't think he was very Shakespeare's crew.
I honestly,
Why
I
not?
don't see him leading the.
I feel like that'd be
think he's
disrespectful.
Yeah,
That'd be
gonna take everybody.
Yeah, I think he
It's
wants to
like,
carry on like this, bro.
Something like if Blues Blastoise goes with Ash or something like that. like Whitebeard died, but he's
Yeah, I
still-
think. Yeah, you can't go with Shanks' crew. Like,
You
I
can't
know-
swap colors, man.
I believe he definitely has a higher bounty than Jack. I think this whole Jack 1 billion kind of shocked everybody. Like, damn, 1 billion. But I think Marco, like, there's a reason why we haven't seen these guys' bounties.
Yeah, Ace
No,
is
no.
was second in Whitebeard's crew, but he only had 550. Like,
Well, he was the second commander, but then with the policy there, we don't know if Ace was the second strongest.
Well, even
also-
then, I would say that the second crew has to have at least the third highest bounty. I mean, like,
Who, Ace?
yeah.
That would
No,
make
no,
the
no,
most
I don't know, but-
logical sense.
Ace was new. I think that Marco, Vista, and Diamond Jozu was like the three strongest, and their bounties might be higher than Ace's, and then Ace
Maybe.
had the fourth one.
What I'm thinking is that Jack showed up, and it's not even confirmed that he's Kaido's right-hand man, and he has a bounty of 1 billion. So everybody else who actually is the right-hand person of
True.
the Yonko's crew has to be at least a little bit higher than Jack's.
Thank you.
Okay, no, can I please make one
If
point?
Jack is the right hand man and he has 1 billion, like I can't see Marco doing a bunch of dangerous stuff, like
That's the point.
like Jack's, because Marco's kind of nice.
The Marco,
Yeah, no, it all depends. Bounties aren't
I'm not
about
saying- I'm not
power;
saying
they're about the
Marco's
crimes
powerful
you
because he
commit.
doesn't have
So
enough-
unless you're going around doing the kind of stuff Jack does, like killing people and
No, it's
torturing
no reason
people,
for the bounty
you're
to be
not
higher
going to
than
get a bounty. like
Bruh.
Who did the world government say could take out Blackbeard?
Marco and Big
Thank
Mom.
What'd you say, Brago?
The world government did say that, which was stupid.
Not
because
really
they tried
Marco, though, but they said the remaining Whitebeard crew and
And who? You got mentioned.
Yeah,
yeah,
they,
yeah.
mentioned, they said Marco and the rest of the
Like,
Whitebeard
whole-
pirate
like,
could take out Blackbeard. They did say
Thank
that.
Wait, what was the
That's
question?
incredible.
Oh, I don't know.
They was like Marco and the
Blackbeard
remaining Blackbeard
has
pirate.
probably gotten a lot stronger in the last 2 years.
But yeah, why
I
can't?
don't know, like he's
Yeah, but
probably
that's
gotten
the problem.
significantly stronger and learned to use his devil fruit even more.
Who?
Who?
Blackbeard.
No, yeah, of course.
I believe so.
I meant to say Pirate
And
King Bellamy.
like look at Luffy for example. He's made a significant change, so probably Blackbeard has too.
The thing is, all these characters, they're not going to improve over 2 years because some of them, they've reached their peak.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much
true.
only the Supernovas have had like great improvements over the past.
Like,
Yeah,
Blackbeard, how old is Blackbeard?
Like,
Well, I
Probably
mean,
60,
it doesn't matter.
27.
Well, Blackbeard is older than Luffy, but Blackbeard is still. I think he's still getting the hang of his powers, and he's still growing in strength.
probably like
I think
36 or something.
It
he's
doesn't
like-
matter about your age, it just matters where your like power ceiling is. Like,
No,
you can
it's
keep
not
going,
fine.
it doesn't matter how old you
I think
are.
at some point you stop growing at a pace. Like right now, Luffy's growing at a faster rate than
Well,
Blackbeard.
yeah, that's how he's
Okay.
gonna catch up to
Yeah.
Blackbeard, but
Right.
Blackbeard's still, yeah.
I think like if this story would have been about a bad guy character,
Blackbeard's 40. Blackbeard's 40.
eyes instead of
He's
Luffy.
40.
I think Blackbeard is just showing like what happens if you be a bad pirate while Luffy's being a good pirate or Luffy's being a normal
Yeah.
pirate.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing a video about that because I got some stuff to say.
No, yeah. And
Right.
like I don't know, like I seen Marco fighting Kizaru, not doing bad but not really doing good, and we seen Jack. He had to fight for 5 days. He still went to go fight the two admirals, and he probably only failed in that attempt because he was drawn out from the 5 days. I think like if he was fresh, he probably could have got Doflamingo. Like he
Well,
went right.
first time we don't know if he probably
Right.
did get.
I think he probably did get Dofi, but I don't.
I don't think he got Dofi though.
Mm.
It's
Then-
like you can't hide that. Like
Thing is, I think Oda's gonna tell us what happens. He's not gonna show us a flashback, but I think he's gonna tell us what happened during that time, and I think it's gonna hype people up for Jack, like what he did.
Wait, when does the chapter come out?
Next week.
Oh, same for
We had
Bleach
another
too?
break.
Yeah, I'll show them around break.
well, that's the thing. Like if he rescued Doflamingo, that means Punk Hazard was for nothing. That means Dressrosa was for nothing. If he's just gonna come right back, I think he tried to, but just dealing with them.
Well,
No,
it
'cause
does-
at the same time,
What if Jack was sent to go kill Doflamingo?
yeah, I was about to say they don't like Dofi. He just has to connect.
All he has is the smile that's keeping him alive.
you mean, dude, Dofi's a calamity.
He could have got
I mean,
sent to
Jack
kill.
could easily kill him if he wanted to.
He could have got sent to kill Doflamingo, but I don't see the point in like, him killing Doflamingo when he could have just been in jail. Like
Yeah.
Law did say that
Maybe
Kaido
Kaido was
That's
just
what
pissed
Thunder
off.
do, man.
These are pirates. Remember that. Maybe Kaido was like, Doflamingo pissed me off. I want him dead.
No,
Yeah,
I know
That's
that.
true. What if
Maybe that would be
Doflamingo
logic.
knew something that we haven't been told,
And the
and
Marine said that
Kaido didn't want that getting out?
like I can understand them saying that he died when he didn't, but they can't lie about still having Doflamingo if he escaped.
Well, they never said that they still got him.
But saying that he attempted to take him and he only destroyed 2 ships is kind of saying that he didn't get to rescue Dofi, but he almost did.
Not if they trying to cover something up, because are they really about to say?
No, but something like that.
We've known the Marines to lie previously.
That they don't want to say that Dolphy's free, but if they want to say it or not, Doflamingo's just walking around, nobody's gonna say nothing. Like,
I'm just saying, who's about to check? Who's about to check to see if Doflamingo's an impel down? Nobody cares.
No. I'm not saying that they're gonna check if he's an impel down, but if Doflamingo's walking down the block or whatever like that, and they're like, yo,
walking down the block, yo.
Doflamingo's still a warlord. I don't think he is anymore. So
Doflamingo, to me, it seemed like he wasn't trying to escape. He was like, yo, I just need the newspaper. I know what's gonna go down. I'm good.
He chilled. No, he's in the underground, man.
He probably rather be in jail because, like you said, Kaido might want to kill him now.
No, but I think Maximus just in the comments that Dofi is the plug, so Kaido probably needs Dofi.
Exactly.
No, wait. What if Kaido worried about Doflamingo doing something regarding the national treasure he spoke of?
I don't think Kaido cares about that.
Yeah, I think Kaido just
No, but the Celestial Dragon, it may be more than just money. It could be like a weapon.
It could be.
It could be a weapon that could be able to, like, maybe he needs it, or maybe it could be a weapon that could do something he doesn't want to happen.
Because Kaido wants to start a war.
Maybe he needs the weapon, and maybe he's afraid Doflamingo gonna tell him, the Navy, that, and the Navy gonna be like, Kaido's been known to want to start a war. Like, maybe, who knows, maybe the Navy knows he wants to start a war, maybe they're like, yeah, I think Doflamingo, we should at least trust Dofi, and let's, like, lock up the weapon, you know what I mean?
I have a question for you guys. Do you think that Jack would have been able to defeat the Dukes, even if he didn't use the gas?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Not even a fight.
No.
I think he would have been able to, because it seemed like he had the upper hand, and then, like, he had an ace up his sleeve. You could say the ace up his sleeve was the poison, but I think he had another ace up his sleeve.
Yeah, same here. Like, I think that he has like some other like.
They're not trying. That's my motto. Until they say an attack, they're not trying.
Jack does not seem like a guy that would want to waste his time, so I don't understand why he wouldn't take them out earlier.
Yeah, you noticed that Jack was tired. Mm-hmm. That's why
he liked torturing them, and he probably likes to fight. He seemed like ready to go.
That's because he got tired.
And Jack kind of seems like a lazy person too, so
he want to get it over right away.
I mean, not like.
Well, I don't think he's lazy though, because if he wanted to get it over right away, he would have just used the gas from the start.
Yeah, but you know how like when
he like to fight.
You saw the impel down zones and they used their awakening, like they were like uncontrollable, and maybe there's like some like downsides to it. Like maybe he doesn't want to use. Maybe he'd rather use the gas bomb before he uses awakening.
Because maybe you can't control your awakening, possibly, like you...
It's like, imagine if someone like Luffy had, like, no honor, he would rather have, like, someone else finish his fight before he wanted to use Gear 4th, you know what I mean? People like that who use their, like, final power-ups don't want to use their final power-up.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He kind of reminds me of Frieza. I think that's a great example. And like, Frieza, he was like, had people do things for him, even though he knows he's fully capable of doing it all himself.
Yeah. Like, Jack's not going to go all out on something.
Frieza could have easily taken out all but the Mecha and then just sound all the Dragon Balls, but no, he was too lazy to do it himself.
Like, the Minx is powerful, but Jack probably didn't think so he didn't want to go all out against him. He just used the poison.
He underestimated his opponent.
I don't think he would have won if he didn't use gas.
I think he would have won.
I don't know, man.
Wait. Braga, are you underestimating
was calling it like a sucker move?
No. I read the new translation said he used the gas because he was tired. That's why I said.
All right, but come on, he's fighting 2 people for 5 days, and another thing is that
Exactly, that's why I said
his army was weak. Like you could one hit KO them, and
that's true.
Minx was strong.
Like
all the Minx.
Guardians and the other people seemed pretty fucking strong.
Right, exactly. That's why I said if you kept fighting.
Everybody on Zoe was beat up, and Jack beat him up because nobody else on his crew was capable of beating him up. So Jack did a lot. He got tired. It's like, come on, give him a break. Like he can't like fight him forever and stuff like that. So I could understand him using the gas.
True.
If he would have fought him for 30 minutes and would have been like, you know what, yo, forget this, guys, then I could have been like, all right, yo, he don't got it though. He's a weakling, but he fought him for 5 days, like the whole country or whatever. You know, that's pretty beast.
Yeah, that's impressive. Like 5 days, they're taking.
And then he still went to go. And the person fought him. He's like, yo, it's admirals on there. He was like, I don't.
Even at the same time, we don't know. Like me and Braga were talking about this, I think, on the last live stream. Like their names are Inuyarashi and Nekomamushi, which is dog, porcupine, and cat viper. But we haven't seen the dog used anything about a porcupine or the cat used anything about a viper. I'm just saying, like, maybe they both have devil fruits, and if they both had devil fruits, knowing how strong they are, they're probably awakened as well, so that would make sense to why the stamina portion of it, why you couldn't beat them.
Yeah, he's going against.
I mean, fighting for 5 days though.
Also was substituting
a long
getting
time.
rest.
Yeah.
So that helped them.
Plus, you're deprived of sleep too. That could, or well, I don't know if they're like deprived of sleep, but like.
Yeah, that too. How long did Akainu and Aokiji go for?
That was 10.
It was 10 days. Yeah, so that's 2 strong people. Like I could see Jack like, yo, 5 days with these scrubs, yo, these minks, yo, you know what? Yo, poison time. Fighting everybody.
I mean, I do the same thing. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, like, you get extremely tired, yeah. I mean, especially for Jack. I mean, 5 days with no sleep, that can...
And then
I don't remember who said this. I think it might have been One World. I don't remember, but he said that if Doflamingo went to Zoe, he would wax everyone in a day.
Well, check this out. He doesn't know that, and the whole thing with Jack getting slammed on the floor was that he's a big, heavy mammoth, so he doesn't have the speed to dodge it in that form. So of course he's gonna get thrown on the floor.
No, I'm just saying, like, I want to hear your guys' opinion. You guys think Doflamingo would have been able to beat them?
Not the dude.
No.
I think Dofi's stronger than Jack, but I don't know if he could beat them in a day.
I don't think Dofi's stronger than Jack. Like
Doflamingo
did a lot of
stronger than Jack.
No,
Yeah, they would make no sense.
I mean, Luffy beat him with Law, and I mean, I
They
don't know.
But they needed help from the civilians too. Don't forget them.
No, yeah. Dofi was fighting Fujitora, and even though he claimed he could kill Fujitora, like it might have seemed that way, but once the arc was over, I don't think he could have beat Fujitora though. And
Why not?
Jack went after Fujitora in Sengoku, like it was nothing after dealing with a whole series of the fight. So I don't think
a little bit
Dofi's stronger than
cocky
Jack.
too.
And it's no reason for Dofi to be stronger than Jack. You know, Dofi's just a warlord, and Jack is like Kaido's right hand.
Oh, but one thing about the warlords is that those bounties that they showed us when they introduced them, they said that those are just a scaled down version because they work for the world government now.
Well, no. It's they're frozen. That means that was their bounty before they joined the warlord.
Yeah.
But still, that can increase considering that they've probably been there a while.
Check this out. If Doflamingo is stronger than Jack, that's like saying he's stronger than Marco too, and he's stronger than Ben Beckman too, which I don't think. I think like
not every single first mate is on the same level.
Stronger than him.
Can I say this? Can I say this real quick? If Law helped Luffy beat Doflamingo, Frankie helped Luffy beat Rob Lucci.
No. Law helped Luffy.
No. We're not gonna do
that. You know, he didn't.
At all.
Law did nothing.
No, he did.
Nah.
That game
We're all haters right here.
Law did stuff, but Dofi attacks like crazy. Like going in, I'm like, yo, where does this end?
So welcome to Brago Stream. This is Law Hater number 1. Law Hater number 2 through 5.
Yo, Luffy wouldn't have been Law.
Is that hard to like both? Is it that hard to like Luffy and Law?
Yeah.
No, I like Law. I love Law. He's a great backup character. He's one of the best ones.
Yeah, support character. He's there.
I agree with that. I do think Law. I consider Law a main character, but that's my opinion.
Thank you.
Me too.
Thank you.
The only people I consider main characters are benign Straw Hats.
I'd rather make. Go ahead, bro.
At this point, Law is a main character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the bounties, even though Luffy did beat Dofi, they got his bounty right up there with Luffy. Like he's
Law is a dangerous man. Y'all sleep.
Had a larger bounty increase.
Ty, say that one more time. One more time, Ty. Say that again.
Even though Law admits that Luffy...
How is Law not a main character? He has more fucking time on
They put both the bounties at the same amount.
Oh, that is factual.
What are you saying,
That is fact.
Law's a supporting character, bro. Law is a supporting character. He's there.
How is he support? Just because he did an assist, that's like saying
Sanji and Nami are supporting characters too.
Going in the All-Star game.
No. Law was a star in that battle.
Sanji and Nami are supporting characters? No, they're not.
Sanji and Nami are supporting characters.
Law was.
You think it's Law has to get off that island without Law?
Law was a backup plan. He was like the plan B. You know what I'm saying?
Do we
Like,
think the Straw Hats are getting off that island without Law?
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're not.
They need Law. They kind of like depend on Law. Sort
Law
of.
definitely made a difference because I think this is the first battle ever, or the first major battle where we had two captains. You know what I mean? Like, we can see that Luffy crew is stronger than Law's crew, but Law has a pretty powerful crew too. And it was both of the captains.
Law's crew's trash.
Just like when Luffy was hurt and Nico Robin helped him get off the island. Without Nico Robin, Luffy would have died, right?
yeah.
Yep.
But it's not the same for Law.
All the Straw Hats.
Because you actually have to put
all
in
the
some.
Straw Hats would be dead.
Nah, if you didn't make a difference, then I mean, you're not important.
And that's the thing too.
Wait. I just said all the Straw Hats would be dead.
I don't agree with that. That's what I'm saying. He didn't make a difference.
Okay. Tell me why you don't agree with that.
Look, man.
This is crazy.
Man, I'm not
I
even.
remember early on in the arc, people were saying Luffy wasn't even ready for Doflamingo, and then all of a sudden, because he did Gear 4 and he finished him, now they're saying Luffy could have beat him 1-on-1. He definitely needed Law help, and
I agree 100%.
Luffy needed someone's help, but he didn't specifically need Law's help.
He needed Law's help.
I do agree. There were a couple of people
that's who he needed.
No. They would not have gotten off that island without Law. Period.
I completely agree with that, Brago. I completely agree with it.
So,
wait, no, wait. If you're saying if Sabo had helped, would they have lost?
No. Sabo helped. They would have won, but Sabo wasn't trying to help.
So there were no.
Sabo is top 5
Sabo
strongest
stronger
character in the
than
series
Luffy?
right now.
Yes, Sabo's stronger.
Of course, Sabo's top 5 strongest character in the series.
No, but check this out.
So replace Law with Sabo in that Dofi fight.
Replace Law with Sabo, we would never know Gear 4 was a thing because Sabo would beat Law Doflamingo by himself.
Bailey is one of
No. All right, but
We got
Sabo wanted Luffy to that's not cool if your brother comes and just fights your battles for you.
No, I know that. I'm just saying. If Sabo had fought that battle, we would never see Gear 4 because Luffy would not even need to fight. Sabo would take Doflamingo and would just kick his ass easily.
Called plot.
Wouldn't even be a fight.
It'll be high diff.
Sabo is not kicking Doflamingo's ass easily. You need to stop.
Yeah, it'll be high diff.
Can I ask you all a question? Who is stronger, Doflamingo or Fujitora?
Doflamingo.
I would say Fujitora.
Fujitora.
I got Dofi, bro.
Right now, I got probably Fuji.
I got Dofi, bro.
Yeah,
The point I want to make is that I didn't believe that Sabo is around Fujitora level.
Sabo is not around Fuji's level, thovel
No, I was just about to bring this up.
I don't think Doflamingo's Admiral level, but I think Sabo is around the level of a very weak Admiral. I don't think Doflamingo is Admiral level.
If you say that Sabo could beat Doflamingo and Sabo couldn't be Fujitora, then Fujitora got to be stronger than Doflamingo.
One Piece Nation.
Yeah. Why?
Real quick, One Piece Nation. You saying that Sabo is lower Admiral level? That means Luffy lower Admiral level, but they're the same status.
Well, no, they're not.
Nah, Sabo's stronger than Luffy.
Luffy is nowhere near Sabo level.
Sabo's stronger than Ace too.
Sabo is stronger than Law, Luffy, and probably Kid right now.
Why are we saying
I don't know about Kid because I don't know what he's doing, but everybody else.
Who knows what Kid is up to or how strong he is? Like,
yeah, I can't even.
Most likely,
easily.
So why are we saying Sabo's stronger than Luffy though?
Exactly. Like
he's an older brother though.
Even
stronger than right now, man.
Even though they thought he died,
he's stronger than right now, man. It's obvious, bro.
Wait, are we using 80?
Whoa, BDA, are you telling me you think that Sabo and Luffy are equal?
No.
Possibly.
No.
They're not equal.
I would think Sabo is like a 100 and Luffy maybe like an 89, 87.
Oh, you drunk. Oh man, I gotta get up the street. I gotta get up.
I just don't think there was nothing to destroy Luffy can hold his own against an Admiral. There was
with Sabo, Luffy, and Ace, Sabo appears stronger than Luffy. He appears stronger than Ace.
He appears stronger than Luffy. How?
Even though they thought he died,
hold his own against an Admiral.
He left on his adventure earlier than them, so he got a head start. What he got like a year over Ace?
No, like
From
4.
when from when they thought Sabo died, and from when Ace went out on his own.
Years,
It's
like 10.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So Sabo he's been out there longer than them in the seas. He's not a rookie like Luffy is still. He's not like upcoming. He's still upcoming, but he's not like
How much
on that same level.
does Doflamingo have?
A lot.
Okay. Did Luffy beat Dofi?
Not by himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Not 10 seconds by himself.
Yeah,
like,
but also at the same time, it's that Sabo's been training the whole time, but Dofi's been sitting on his ass. Well, I've said that even.
True.
No, we've seen Dofi.
Doflamingo really hasn't done anything, so.
No.
No, because you remember, fucking Law said in his speech, you've been sitting on your ass the past 2 years while everyone's been training.
True.
I'm just saying that Gamma Knight didn't do anything. That's it.
Because to say that
that Gamma Knight is the reason they won the
that's
fight.
That's like saying Luffy and Ace was equal. Or that's like saying Luffy and Shanks is equal. These people started their journey before Luffy, so they're still stronger than them.
That's not even
I think at Marineford,
Use that because they started their journey before Luffy. They're stronger.
Unless you think Kuina can Luffy at Admiral level.
Let's put it like this: if Usopp started his journey before Luffy, he's not going to be strong. But Sabo's not a pushover character. Sabo has just as much potential as Luffy.
I think he had more.
Maybe a little bit less.
Sabo was pretty OP without the.
No, yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Sabo knows like some like
with Ace's Devil Fruit. He has ascended to an even higher
Sabo
level.
obviously knows some like fighting techniques since he does like that Dragon Claw and shit. So he's been like trained in like fighting techniques.
And
He
probably
was trained
Dragon
by
trained him
the
himself.
most wanted man in the world, the Monkey D. Dragon. Can we all please remember that?
What does that mean?
yes, we remember it clearly.
Yeah,
but
We've never seen anyone use that Dragon Claw shit before, so we obviously know it's some like ancient, overpowered technique.
The dragon
but
probably
real
taught
quick,
him.
But real quick, remember this.
Like, how much is even like Dragon's bounty? They've never like
It's higher than Shanks is, we know that.
specifically
It's
like
the highest in the series. We don't know what it is, but it's going to be
just
deep.
because like maybe he's the most wanted man. Does that still mean he still has the highest bounty?
Yeah, most wanted.
Unless the government is really stupid and don't understand how that would work, yeah.
Yo, guys, real quick. When Sabo was fighting Fujitora, how many hits he landed?
No, let me see. Let me see.
And then when Fujitora fought Luffy, how many hits Luffy made a hit?
You gotta punch
I
him.
mean, the Fuji let him
Yeah, but
trouble.
Fuji let Luffy like get away pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa, he got a punch him,
He
bro.
fought. Well, check this out. Fujitora gave Sabo a harder time than Luffy.
Why is that? Why would you
Check
do
this
that?
out.
How is that?
Because he can tell Sabo is stronger than Luffy.
All right, he gave Sabo a harder time than he gave Luffy because they was fighting.
How is that? How is that?
All right, check this out. Because he was fighting Sabo.
He did one attack against Sabo.
No, but check this out though. He gave Sabo a harder time because he was fighting Sabo when he was like
Wait, he gave Sabo a harder time if he was fighting Sabo. What does that even mean?
Well, check it out. He was taking it easy on Sabo too, but then Sabo was like, "Yo, I know admirals are stronger than this," and he's like, you got to take it easy on me. You know, I'm blind. And Sabo was like, "Nah, I don't like. I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna show you no mercy just because you're blind. Like I'm gonna go all out still." And Fujitora, he kind of didn't like that or whatever like that. So then he got serious. But with Luffy,
you know, he did that to Luffy because
Luffy
was taking it easy on
He was playing around with Luffy.
Exactly.
You know,
Luffy was like, "I'm punching you to the left. I'm gonna punch you to the right. I'm throwing a kick," and he's like, "Yo, why are you doing
That's
this?"
why he let Luffy live though, because Luffy was protecting him.
Fujitora was like, "Yo, you know what? Like, I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna fight him."
Then is Fujitora like bipolar or something? Like he
keeps like,
no, I'm being serious. Like
I love the comparison.
So hold up. So Ty,
like a theory or something.
Yeah.
Ty, around that same panel, didn't Fujitora say he was trying to take his job seriously? So he mean to tell me he wasn't trying to stop Luffy from advancing or stop anybody from advancing?
Remember that time out, he said he wasn't gonna let it get past him.
All right, check this out. You're bringing that up, but remember when it was over, he said something like
he wish he could see it, but he was
No, that. But I mean, he said something else about the government. He said something else about like yeah, Luffy, and then Sengoku came and he was like, you know, I heard that, right? And he was like, oh, like, you know what I mean? So he wasn't taking it that serious.
Impressed by Luffy after the fact.
Yeah.
No, I know, but he wasn't mad. Sengoku wasn't mad that he was impressed with Luffy. He said something smart or something like that. Like yeah, you did what the government wouldn't do. you know, you're the real hero or something like that. And then Sengoku got mad. So it's not like he was taking his job so serious. It's like he like, I feel like Sabo's stronger, but he definitely has more respect for Luffy than Sabo because Sabo was fighting him and he wanted to go a lot with him from the start. Luffy was like, yo, you're blind. I want to have a fair fight with you. And I think that
was disrespectful to Fujitora's honor.
Exactly.
No. It's disrespectful. Like, that could be two ways. Luffy did it in a nice way. Like, he's a nice guy. Like, it wasn't disrespectful that way. Like, if it was like, you're some blind guy. You can't stand up to me. Luffy wasn't cocky with it. Luffy was just trying to fight him, have a fair fight.
But what I'm saying, the point of this is, I'm saying you cannot definitively say that Sabo is stronger than Luffy.
Exactly. That's all I gotta say as well. That's all I gotta say as well.
Actually, I have proof that I can. I have 100% proof.
Wait,
you have proof.
Come on, Sam.
What's your proof?
Maybe you'll disagree, but if you look at Luffy's fight with Fujitora, alright, I think we can all agree Fujitora could have easily beaten Luffy.
Why?
Yeah.
If he had Fujitora could have dropped all that stuff on him.
Fujitora, and Fujitora was just messing with him.
So can we all agree that?
How was he messing with him if he was using the real attack?
Sabo had an actual fight with Fujitora.
Yeah, exactly.
Luffy had a joke with Fujitora.
Exactly.
They exchanged some blows and stuff like that. He just didn't like do no damage to him.
No, but Luffy wouldn't last 5 seconds against an admiral.
Even though Sabo,
hold on. One Piece Nation.
He could go.
One Piece Nation.
He could hold on.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, what I was saying was, Luffy could hold on. He could be within the ballpark of a.
Yeah, exactly.
So when
I'm talking about 100% dead serious admiral,
area, but
like Kaido when he fought Whitebeard, though. I have to make that. I'm talking about that serious.
Do you think Sabo was going all out versus Fuji?
Yeah.
No.
No way.
He can't go all out, but he turned you to a devil fruit.
No. Sabo was going all out against Fujitora, but he was holding
Sabo, I don't think we have seen the full extent of Sabo's strength.
Oh yeah, this is what I'm saying.
And we don't even know if he has, I don't know if this is true, but I don't know if we know he has Haki or not. Does he have Haki?
Oh yeah, he has Haki for sure.
Wait, what? So you just asked that?
Was Luffy going all out against Fuji?
No.
Obviously not, right?
No, but at the same time, he wasn't playing around though. He was fighting him.
He wasn't even gear second
to have a fair fight with him.
Like, I think at least
his attack to Atlanta was gear third, and he didn't even land the attack. Fuji still blocked the attack.
Like, you can't say
people seem to forget that the Fujitora blocked that. Like, Sabo managed to impress Fujitora a bit in battle. Fujitora was kind of like, I think I'm gonna let you go. I like you. Sabo, he managed to impress
you wildin'. Y'all crazy. I'm not crazy, but y'all not under. Y'all wildin', dude. Like, y'all saying that Fujitora y'all saying Fujitora let Luffy go because he liked him? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's true. I think that's
basically saved Dressrosa.
He was talking to Smoker about Luffy before he even came on the island, so it's like he heard good stuff about him. He met him, and it's like, yo, I like this person. You know what I mean?
The reason Fujitora did that was because of what Luffy did for him in the bar. Remember? That was one of the reasons.
That is not factual at all, actually. But
I don't think. What I'm saying is, you can't say that Sabo for sure is stronger. Okay, end of the series. Who's stronger, Sabo or Luffy?
Luffy at the end of the series.
End of the series.
That gap. Because Sabo's still gonna have more experience.
Sabo's probably gonna be dead.
How does he close that gap?
Sabo gonna die.
Check this out.
I don't think Sabo surviving.
Wait, Sabo has to live. He's
all right. If Ace was stronger than Luffy when Luffy met Ace, that's because Ace left and started his journey already. The same thing like Sabo. You know what I mean?
I think the way that Luffy's gonna catch up is by like fighting Yonkos.
Wait, Speed Eyes, what are you saying?
I can answer your question because maybe at the end of the series you become the parking by finding the One Piece, and the One Piece might be a weapon, so it might make you stronger. So that's how you might close the gap.
I would be so angry.
Well, Luffy, no. Luffy will be able to close the gap just for the fact that, like, if you check Naruto at the end, Naruto was pretty much stronger than everybody. You know what I mean? So Luffy's gonna come.
I don't know about that.
I swear to God, if Luffy gets the random
Naruto was stronger,
power up, I'll be pissed.
So they're saying how does he? If Sabo's stronger
than the Hokages, even the older Hokages, so I can see Luffy, if not getting some beast power up, him awakening something that's special that's just in him, and him being stronger. But for right now, I say Sabo's stronger.
would say if Sabo's stronger than him now, right?
Yeah.
I've heard that Sabo has more potential than Luffy. He's been traded with Dragon. He has secret technique.
Whoa, hold on. I didn't say he has more potential than Luffy. I'm saying he has potential.
Wait, somebody said that.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
I think
That's
he has been trained by Dragon.
That's blasphemous.
But that's never going to change, right?
If Luffy, if Luffy went with Dragon instead of Sabo, and Sabo
Luffy would be a god.
did what Luffy did, Luffy would be stronger than him because he had that much more time.
Luffy was trained by Rayleigh, and Rayleigh was pretty.
No, can I please say something?
He had 6 months for Rayleigh.
So can I say one thing?
1 year and 6 months. Whoa,
I've
1
been
year and
wanting to
6
say it for a
months.
month. Rayleigh only taught him the basics. That would make very clear. Rayleigh wasn't teaching Luffy how to be the next Pirate King. He was teaching him how to go into the new world and not get one-shotted. That training with Luffy wouldn't die. Rayleigh wasn't like, hey, who wants to have future Pirate King training? No, it was training that would survive the new world.
Nah, that's kind of what he
through your fifth skull. Luffy was not being trained. He was being trained by a Haki user, not by.
No. He did kind of give him future Pirate King training though, because when
I'm sure he gave him basics.
Really gave Nami with probably a map to Rattel too, right? So then he probably make everything as easy as possible for you guys. I think of it. Rayleigh was just doing Luffy a favor, teaching him Haki.
No, but Rayleigh's basics is going to be different than like the Marine.
Yeah. No, really basics. No, really, the basics of Haki are the same everywhere. The basic of Haki is you hit a Logia, you have cover your fist with armament, done. You learn how to use occupation, done. Rayleigh didn't care. All Rayleigh did was teach Luffy how to unlock the ability and use it. Once Luffy mastered it, he was like, okay, I'm done, bye.
Can't pull a Danny Muramesh.
Learn the rest of your own.
Actual facts.
Yo, real quick. Y'all was speaking about Armor Haki earlier. I want to say that I think it's two types of Armor Haki. The type you defend yourself with is the color Armor Haki, and then the other one is offensive. The one that the girls in Amazon Lily use. I was going to say that. But what y'all think?
The one that Zoro uses too when he makes his swords black, right?
Yeah, it's to defend his sword.
Wait, Fifth Gun, are you complimenting a woman?
Like when...
Oh my god, it's a miracle he's complimenting women.
That's
When Luffy uses Elephant Gun, I think that was what it was called, where it's just the gear third punch with Armament Haki. Like, it was an offensive attack, but you saw it on his...
Can someone please tell me why we haven't seen an elephant Red Hawk galling it yet?
Who was that?
Potential.
Who was that? Was that who? Hold on, let me look at the name.
I want to see how awesome that is. Two giant burning fish. How awesome that would be.
What's up?
The thing about you said earlier about him covering his hand around his gear third, that's defensive armament Haki. That's
but he uses it to punch people with. Why would it be defensive?
Do you think
he defending? Yeah, it's hardening his hand to defend itself. His punch is
that's actually interesting.
Is the damage.
That's the perspective, meaning that the top tiers are going to have more, I guess, armament catered towards their fighting style. You saying?
Yeah, you see how Rayleigh first introduced to Luffy, and Luffy was like, "Oh, I've seen that before." It was the girls; they used it, but it wasn't darkened, and Rayleigh used it.
I still can't believe this guy is saying something good about women.
On the One Piece wiki, it says that the hardening is a lower version. I mean, a higher version of the Armament Haki, and the invisible one's a lower version.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
When is the wiki reliable?
Yeah, well, I don't know about that because we never seen anybody do that like before the time skip. So I think that I think Oda said that like people was using it, but he just didn't he didn't highlight it.
And the thing is, I don't think it was used because when they used it, they said armament hardening.
Yeah, that's like a new thing too. Yeah.
Well, no, I feel like all of that is kind of like an effect. You know what I mean?
I think
you have to realize it happens in all forms of manga, really.
He just didn't draw the effects around it. Like, cause he wanted to save it for later, and I think now that he put it out there, we're starting to see it.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Because Whitebeard used Haki when he stabbed Aokiji, but we didn't see it. And I know he's not gonna use no weak Haki on the Admiral, so he had to.
No, it was probably offensive Haki. You see what I'm talking about? It was the force Haki. Armor
I'm
Haki.
saying like nobody did it
at that
though
time.
before
He was
that.
weak at that
I don't
time.
believe that nobody ever did it before the time skip. I think they just did
You know,
it.
Whitebeard probably put Haki inside his weapon.
Yeah.
and
He didn't
that's,
obviously did after
that's the
he
only
survived.
kind
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it didn't turn black, so they just wasn't
I
sure.
don't think Whitebeard could use it at that time hardening. He was too
I
weak.
think-
That's what I think.
I think I heard too that when it turns like that or something like that, that's just for us. That it's not really like that or something like that. That like
I
that's
think
just
for
a way to show
weapons you
us.
don't see the black and or well, does
Zoro just did it.
Zoro's swords turn black?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or silver.
And it's
Yeah, okay.
I think Mihawk said that was to protect the sword, so the sword won't break no more.
Yeah, that's what he said.
No, yeah, but the same thing, like you said, it's you would use it for defense, but you would use it for offense too. How like Luffy turns his hand, the armor Haki color, and he throws.
But I guess what Fishstone is saying, it would make sense if your Haki evolves, I guess. Where it's
Why
like,
would Whitebeard Haki not be evolved? I think they just
He was
wasn't.
weak, and I told you he was weak
I
at
don't
that
think
point. He
Oda
couldn't
kind
use
of
it.
figured it out yet. He wasn't sure what he wanted to do yet with it.
But
I
check
think
this out. When Marco and Vista, I think it was Marco and Vista, when they cut Akainu and they was like, yo, we cut him with Haki. It didn't even really do nothing. They came at him like hard. They wasn't doing weak Haki. It's just that Akainu it wasn't effective.
Or maybe just like Whitebeard wasn't trained with Haki at all. He had limited Haki.
I'm telling you,
He had Haki, but not like a full extent. Like
I understand what he's saying.
It was just
Whitebeard was on Roger's level. He had to have Haki.
We can't.
His devil fruit was that hacks, and he was like the strongest motherfucker on planet Earth.
Yeah.
So,
Haki, and Whitebeard was pretty sick. So, you know.
I think you could be a powerful character in One Piece and not have Haki.
Nah, you can't.
Let's look at Blackbeard.
It depends on your fruit, I think.
I don't think you need crazy Haki.
It depends on your fruit. Like, you can't be without Haki.
Yeah, okay.
Everything we've seen in One Piece is strong without Haki or Devil Fruit. The only person, and then like I still felt like Haki was getting used. It just wasn't shown to us with the armament color. But like when Vista fought Mihawk, he was like, "Yo, this is my own power, no devil fruit, no cheap tricks," and he was fighting them. And that's a rare case. Not everybody has their own like unique power like that.
Remember, Blackbeard lost Marineford to two guys without using Haki, so you can't be top tier without Haki.
Wait. Blackbeard, who you mean?
He lost to Whitebeard and Sengoku.
I don't know. From what I seen, he didn't lose this to Sengoku.
Well, and to him, he got beat down twice.
He took that L to Sengoku.
Oh, definitely. Well, he wasn't gonna win that fight. He wasn't going to win.
I don't know. For some reason, like Sengoku doesn't seem impressive to me. It's like I seen it, but it's like
no, I know. I'm just saying either way, no matter what the outcome, he would have died anyway. So no matter what, he was going to lose that fight.
Yeah.
The only thing we've seen Sengoku do was wreck Blackbeard. So how can you say that you're not impressed? Like, that's literally the only thing we've seen from him.
The thing is, why I know Sengoku's a beast is like he was right there with Garp. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
Yeah.
The
same thing with Garp. Like besides the stories of him supposedly cornering Raja and or him being equal to Raja or whatever, we haven't seen anything from him beat.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
Some people say that he was about to kill Blackbeard, but some people say that Blackbeard he fought him and Garp at the same time, and it's like he still did his thing.
You guys think it's possible that like the reason that Garp's called hero and everything like that is just because when Roger turned himself in, they just gave Garp all the credit for turning Roger in?
I don't think Garp would put the name down. I don't think Garp ever.
I think that's actually what happened.
That's what happened.
I'm not gonna lie, like I haven't seen
a hero.
Like I'm not gonna lie, I haven't.
But I believe he was definitely cornering Roger.
Yeah.
No, what I think happened was I think he probably tried to, and he was like,
extremely powerful.
But I think when Garp cornered Roger,
I just can't tell with him.
I think he was getting help from Sengoku. I don't think he was doing it by himself.
Sengoku was right there, but forget who Roger had on his crew as well.
Yeah, forget what Roger said. Don't forget he said you and I had nearly killed each other countless times, Garp. I trust you as much as anybody in my crew. Also, can we just all consider one thing? Can we all just at least consider the fact that Garp most likely wouldn't take the credit. I don't see Garp taking the credit. I see Garp
I feel it's just applied to him.
Okay, so Smoker
No,
can take
I
the
think
credit,
it's
but
Smoker didn't want to take the credit either, but he had to take it just because
Exactly.
they made
No,
him.
I think he may have been like,
Yeah.
well,
No, but had
no,
they
I
had
don't
it,
take. I'm not taking the
took
credit.
the
I
credit.
don't see him doing it.
Just didn't want to be an admiral.
Remember the world government, right? They're all about image and
No,
perception.
but remember, this is Garp. This is Garp.
Yeah, but
Garp is that
if they
powerful.
wanted to,
Has
Garp
no
can't do
choice.
They
shit.
could be like, so
Yeah,
you
he
want
can't
me to
do
say
shit.
Remember
maybe,
what the
don't
girl
you?
said to Akainu?
No, but he may look at the Gore thing and be like, so did you want me in the Navy or
Bro,
not? Did you get
Remember
the
what the
credit?
person said to
Bro,
Akainu?
remember,
Did you get the credit?
Garp wanted to quit the
Small fish
Marines,
in
but
the
he
big
couldn't.
small fish in the big pond. Like if they want that to be the message to the people that Garp, made Roger come in, that's what it's going to be.
Well, no, but then when they find out, then of course, then if he announces I had a disagreement with my superiors, so I quit, the government's gonna be like, why are
That's
you?
the thing, like,
Why are you
bro.
not? You should go along with whatever the guy says. He beat Roger. Like you
Bro.
cannot. Like you know what I
I
mean?
think
Garp can't
That
even
would be
quit,
giving
bro.
Garp way too much international power. You actually whoever captured Roger
Garp can't even
is
quit,
going
bro.
to be looked at as like a god.
That's why they call him
People
the
are gonna
hero.
be like, this
He
guy
is revered by everybody.
You know,
I don't think Garp.
if you were the reason Garp left the Navy, every single person in the world are going to hate you. You know what I mean?
But the thing is,
But
Garp,
Garp, it's no reason why Garp wouldn't want to take the credit. If he's trying to get this guy, and he finally gets him, why not take the credit?
No, but we're talking about he probably didn't
Even
get
though
it.
Kobe's a Marine and Luffy's his friend, Kobe wants to be a Marine. If he has
No,
to
but
capture
I don't see Kobe. I don't see
Luffy,
Kobe
get the credit
taking
for it. It's not a grimy thing, you know
but
what I
the
mean?
thing is, it's not like he's taking the credit, but he can't come out and speak out against the government and say, I didn't do that. Like, you can't do that.
Well,
Garp wouldn't be the type of person that would ruin the government's reputation like that. Just to.
And he can't. Like, he
No, he could easily if he wanted to. He
To
could
me,
just
like,
come out
I
and
feel like
didn't
Garp
catch him.
knows
He
what
could
the
like, I
military
didn't catch him,
or
Roger. By the way, do you want to know what the One Piece is?
but-
Like Garp had tremendous power. I have a feeling Garp knows what the One Piece is, and
the thing is, Garp is a true Marine. Like, he would never do something like that. That's
He's
why
not a sellout.
I don't honestly believe Garp is a true Marine. Want to know why?
Why is that?
A true Marine, a real Marine is someone who understands what justice is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And justice, and one of the most important things about justice is protecting family.
Wait. You talking about? No. That's the epitome of a true Marine right there. You saw basically your son.
No,
exactly.
Someone that truly believes in what is right would have been like, they're executing the guy because his dad is Roger. That would be.
Oh, they're executing him because he was an infamous pirate.
Then you're saying,
Yeah, I mean, they're executing him because he's on Whitebeard's crew.
So
And
you're
he's
saying
bound
if
to
Ace
be
was
a
a pirate,
550
they wouldn't
million.
kill him.
But I'm saying, do you know how hard that was for Garp?
No, but I have a question. Are you guys saying that if Ace wasn't a pirate, the government would have let him go? We'd be like, okay.
No, but if he
No,
wasn't a
they
pirate,
would have done the same thing. They
Garp would have saved him.
Exactly, Garp would have saved him.
Ace was innocent. Garp would have saved him.
No. And then here's the thing.
No, he
Garp
would have been
tried
like,
to-
no, government first. My job is the most important thing in the world.
I feel like
Garp
Garp
didn't care
is
about Ace.
tied to the government and he's not allowed to leave or something.
Garp was about to save him, but then Sengoku was like, "Yo, don't try it."
That's after Ace died.
No, honestly, who here could agree? We all wanted to kill Sengoku at that moment. We all wanted Garp to go over, take Akainu's head, and just crush it in his hand.
I think Garp, it was tough.
Which he could have done, because Akainu was really injured. He could have killed Akainu.
I think he could have killed Akainu.
No, I think he could have. I don't think it's debatable. But Akainu was so injured. Garp's body was in general in a better condition. He could have, just from sheer injury, he would have died of blood loss during the fight with Garp.
I want to see Garp's powers, dude. I feel like he's just got the craziest hockey.
That's what I'm saying.
I just want to see Garp. I want to see Garp versus Akainu. That needs to happen.
I don't know. Well, what about like when
will die.
Luffy punched Garp in the face and he went down pretty
That was on
easily?
purpose.
No. Yeah, see, Garp didn't do nothing crazy, but he let Luffy knock him out. He tried to help
He
him
didn't
out.
put up any like armament hockey when he did
That was on
right?
purpose.
Okay.
No, but
Yeah,
here's a question, guys. Do you think Garp will die protecting Luffy?
No.
I think Akainu
got
gonna try to go after Luffy, and Garp gonna be like, you have to get through
Garp,
me.
He's a middle character. Like, he's intermediate, but he leans
What? What
more
does that mean?
towards the government.
No, but I think after
okay.
Ace's death, if somebody asked him the government or Luffy, he would. I don't think he would even need to think about it.
Garp's one-shotting Kaido.
Prime Garp, maybe.
I think his hockey is transcendent, where it's like, that's why they haven't shown it yet, because it's going to be something different that we've never really seen before.
Yeah.
Garp?
Get Garp, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I think
the admirals have like some different type of hockey.
Exactly.
Okay, can I ask a question? Why do people think there are different types of hockey? I really don't think that. I think that's
Because they've said that the
Well, let's
types
look
of
at
hockey are
Luffy
just
here.
the basics
He
of hockey.
suddenly.
No, but I think they're just more than
Go on
formed of it. I don't
fire,
think it's like in like
sudden-
personalized format.
No. I think it's different kinds of hockey because if Shanks doesn't have a devil fruit, that's some beast next level hockey.
Well, no, we all know Shanks has a devil fruit. Shanks is a badass fruit.
No, what the thing that I think the special, right? They kind of hinted towards it, where this guy said, "My spirit plus this hockey is the reason why I be."
Okay, you watch how many things that special hinted towards? Like that special hinted towards Luffy and Nami, how they were freaking relationship. Like that special is so
what I'm saying
non-canon
is,
and not even funny.
It's like, because I believe your spirit and combined with your hockey is going to be different from everybody else's. Everybody's not going to have the same type of hockey.
See, this is why I think that
yeah, just like how Luffy learned Red Hawk, like how exactly did he learn that?
That's his will. That's Ace's will.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
That's how
Luffy
like
learned that
Zoro,
the same way he learned how to do any of his other attacks.
that's how the Zoro Ashura makes sense.
But another thing with the Luffy Gear second thing, where somebody made a comment about it, where it's like, okay, it came out of nowhere, but at that point, Luffy knows his body. Because like, if he sees something,
I kind of figured it out.
he tries something.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. What are you saying then?
Gear second is like a train, sort of like it's like a pump.
steamroller.
Yeah, so like he's pumping his blood faster and faster like a train.
Right.
So that's my only thought. It took me a really long time to figure that out.
But it's like,
wait, hold on, you're onto something. Then wouldn't that create heat? And then if the metal becomes hot enough, it will set on fire.
Hey, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's smart.
So Luffy is metal?
Red Hawk.
No, Armament Haki. If you notice, he always has his thick coating in Armament Haki.
Yeah.
So that means he would have to go gear second.
Yes,
And
and
yeah, it does make sense now.
Oh yeah, it's also shown in the manga that
he would set the metal on fire.
Yeah, because he's like
Instead of that stupid elemental hockey thing, I think that's a very stupid thing.
I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to see.
I can see it being an elemental hockey just
No,
depending
but
on.
Then like devil fruit users could go into water, and then
adding layers of hockey can only be a good thing. Why would that be bad?
the thing
Like
is,
when Sanji's getting fire, like
it's your will. It's your will combined with your hockey is going to be different. Like Zoro's hockey is different from Sanji.
Yeah, which is why Zoro's hockey looks like demonic as fuck when.
No, that's Zoro badass. No,
I think
Zoro has a special kind of
Or is
hockey.
like Zoro actually possessed by a demon?
No, guys,
I think Zoro is a demon, to be honest.
Well,
Guys,
I don't think Zoro's a demon, but I think him having a cursed sword, it gets to him, and that's what happens. Just like when on Candavis,
That's
those cursed
true.
swords.
Like having the cursed sword and like.
And this
Zoro
theory is
just in
crazy.
general.
Law has a curse sword.
No, but I have a quick theory I'm going to say. I think Zoro,
If Law has a cursed sword, then
the god.
him too. We probably just didn't see the dark side of it yet, but I'm sure it's there. I think all those cursed swords is cursed in one way.
I think Zoro the demon god.
I think he's a demon king.
Yeah, exactly.
demon
Heart
god.
King, Rayleigh,
That's
and
why I
Demon King
expect him to
Zoro.
have hockey.
Demon King Zoro and Pirate King Luffy.
No, guys, I got a great idea. What if Zoro doesn't have hockey? What if Zoro is an actual demon king, and he has like some special, and he has like demon hockey or something?
I really feel like Zoro is some type of demon, dude, because they literally refer to him as a demon throughout the entire series.
When is his moniker going to change from Pirate Hunter?
No,
I think it's just a sword.
No, I don't think it will ever change.
No, but even before that, like if you guys like read the first couple chapters of One Piece, they always refer to Zoro as a fucking demon.
True. No, but then
Where it's
again,
like,
so
not
many
like-
of these Monica don't make sense. Look at Nami. Nami's like
Cat Burglar.
Cat Burglar Nami.
kind of like Weather Witch.
They have to
I
change.
remember like Weather Witch. I think was the one I heard somewhere. I'm like,
Bravo, that might be a
so much
foreshadowing,
better.
bro.
Which one?
He didn't start doing the demon stuff
Fire
until he had
Hunter.
the cursed sword, right?
Pirate
I
Hunter.
think Pirate Hunter is a
Yeah,
badass.
Because he might become a Pirate Hunter
It's
again.
like
Yeah, maybe after One Piece ends. Maybe after like the
Exactly.
crew disassembles.
Yeah, he might become one again. You don't
God.
know.
Yeah, that sounds stupid.
Will the crew disassemble though? Like
I think Luffy gonna die at the end
your
of the series.
position as Pirate King, just saying like,
I don't think Luffy gonna live to continue going on that journey. I think he's gonna die.
I mean, he's definitely gonna die, I believe.
But I think he's gonna reach his dreams before he dies.
No, he's gonna reach his dreams. I think after that
you can't say definitely because Llama used the surgery on him, so you don't know.
Oh yeah.
No, his life is shortened a lot. I feel like one of these days in one of these chapters, he's gonna have like a heart attack or something.
Yeah.
He's gonna randomly cough up blood, just randomly.
Yeah.
Like that's never happened before.
And we're never gonna.
The amount of damage his body has taken just for like what? How old is he? 19, 20?
I have a question though. But if that's gonna happen, would Law notice it when using the operation on him?
No, I don't think Luffy would let Law do that. I don't think Luffy would want that.
No.
Wouldn't Law notice?
Law probably will know. He'll notice it, and eventually, in the next
either warn Luffy to
4 arcs, possibly. Oda will give us like.
The thing is,
Luffy would hate being immortal because then you're immortal and you live forever, right?
But if Luffy knows,
but Law would never die for Luffy.
No. Even if he would die, Luffy's friend would die. He would be alone. That is Luffy.
Law would die for Luffy because Law didn't even think he could beat Doflamingo. He was gonna go there to die. You know what I mean?
His Law bet on Luffy, kinda. He said that's why he kinda saved Luffy. From the get-go.
Yeah, I hope Law feels like indebted to Luffy, so we see him further on in the story.
No, I don't want that just because Law's a pirate. I feel like Law shouldn't feel indebted to anybody.
No, but check this out.
His whole purpose in life was to kill Doflamingo. When he killed Doflamingo,
I don't think.
I feel like
Law was gonna kill Doflamingo. Law was gonna stop the Smile Factory and have Kaido kill him. But that was the plan. The plan wasn't really to beat Doflamingo, but since they actually beat Doflamingo, and Law was ready to die there, he even told his crew that, like, yo, honestly, I wasn't planning to see y'all again. He was gonna die. But since it's like he didn't die, it's like, what is he left to do to help Luffy?
Well, didn't Law at one point say he wanted to be the Pirate King?
I don't think.
No.
He said he wanted to find the one.
He did say that, but I think he wanted to be
I think that's like a side
Pirate.
No, he wants to find the One Piece, not become Pirate King.
Well, he wants to kill
Doflamingo. If you find the One Piece, you become the Pirate King. That's how it works.
You don't know that.
Yeah, like with Law and his backstory and all of that, like he's more focused on Doflamingo. It's like now that that's done, he's like he has nothing to do with that.
Well, no, I feel like he probably has the One Piece. Like everybody else.
When
you mean you don't know that? It's stated in the first chapter that whoever finds the One Piece is the Pirate King.
Y'all know how like in Naruto, what's his name? Kisame was always with Itachi all the time, and just like once Itachi died, Kisame kind of died a little bit after that. It's like he had nothing to do anymore. I think now that Doflamingo's beat, Law's like Kisame now. It's like he has nothing really to do. So he like, why not help Luffy out?
I don't think he's gonna help Luffy out. I think he's gonna, use him for a time, and eventually he's gonna find his new mission. Like,
yeah.
I don't think that because it seems like if
Law's a pirate.
I feel like they will take separate ways eventually.
Law. I need to screw off.
Not anytime soon.
The thing is,
Let's say if we change things around. All right. Like Luffy's an impressive character, so they beat Doflamingo. Let's say if Luffy wasn't impressive and Law was going to do his original plan, which was to just mess with Dofi long enough to stop the Smile Factory and die fighting him, and then they all lose or whatever like that. But then Kaido comes and kills Doflamingo. Law would have died. He wouldn't even be alive. So just that not even going the way that he thought, and him still being alive, and he's like, yo, this is crazy. I owe Luffy. You know what I mean?
I mean, the thing is, that's okay. But how many times have Luffy saved Smoker?
No, but that's different though. Smoker wasn't prepared to die at those times. You know what I mean? All right, check this out. When Aokiji saved Smoker, that's different because he was like, yo, Doflamingo, he tried to stop him. He just wasn't strong enough. Doflamingo was going to kill him. Aokiji stopped him. Law's plan was to die. Like, yo, look, I know I can't beat Dofi. I'm going to just, stop the Smile Factory. Kaido's going to kill him, and I'm going to die. So that's a little different. You know what I mean? It's like Luffy saved his life. He really kept him alive.
And I think also their debts have been paid. Luffy's debt because Luffy
saved the whole Strawhat crew.
Yeah.
Nah, but that's nothing though compared to like.
That's nothing.
Luffy.
Law is the reason their captain is alive.
Depending like this, I see how you're saying that he doesn't owe Luffy nothing or that he wouldn't give his life for Luffy. But if Luffy's the reason why he's still living, then he got to give his life to Luffy.
But what is Luffy's life? Isn't it his Nakama?
Yeah.
And Law saved all of them.
Well, not.
Honestly, I just want Law to join the fleet.
No. I'm not saying Law is cool though. Like I don't want Law to join the fleet because it's cool because it's like we have the fleet. And
You
then
know,
when
I
you
feel like Law should just be again an ally. Like he should just
Law
be,
is too much of a badass to join the fleet.
no, Law should just be like
no,
kind of
just the
under
alliance.
crew.
No.
They have the alliance, and you have the fleet, and the same thing too is that all these people went under Luffy. They could have easily went under Law, but they went under Luffy for some reason.
Here's the thing: I don't want Law to come back in the story as a villain, but I don't want him to come back in the story as like he helps Luffy even though he's not allied with him.
I want Law to come back as a
that's just
rival.
like cheesy.
So we wait him to be then. We want him to be.
I want him to be on the fleet.
Okay, you guys, I have an idea. What if Law comes back during the Throne War in a fight, and him, the kid, and Luffy fight for the title? Like you, all the people, it's all the pirates in the world are competing for the One Piece, and as the rookies, it's just Law, Luffy, and Kid, and they all have to fight, and then their crews have to fight for, and then the winning crew gets to go to Raftel and fight Blackbeard.
You know what would be a major plot twist if like Law says, "I'm joining your crew."
No.
I honestly know. It's also very possible that Law betrayed him. It's possible. Law could betray the crew.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't want that to
Robin
happen,
even
dude.
said it.
I would love that too.
Robin even said most pirate alliances end in disaster.
No, yeah, but I don't think.
All right,
Like the minute Law is done with Luffy, the minute Kaido was dead, he could turn around and try to kill Luffy.
Because Law can really take out all the Straw Hats at one point. Like
I think that like the alliances do end in disaster, but like I think we gotta pay attention because like when things happen, it's like Luffy they gained each other's trust on multiple levels with all the things that happen, and that one of them is not gonna stab the other one in the back.
Would you trust Law?
Yeah, and I think that
I wouldn't. Like, I would not. I would have been like, "Oh, listen, buddy." I would have been
why not trust him when he was cool? When him, Law, and what's his name teamed up? When him, Law, and Kid teamed up, he saved Luffy life.
Kid would kill Luffy in an instant.
At the Marineford, Law never did nothing. Like I ain't gonna lie, when I seen him on Punk Hazard, like walking around, and he was a warlord, I was kind of like, yo, this is shady. Law's like, what? They about to fight Law, but he wasn't as bad.
I trust Law. I just don't see. I just can really.
I don't know about if you can trust Law.
I know. I have a moment. I just don't see him. I see if him and Luffy ever. They're both very stubborn characters that really do whatever they want. So if they ever have like a disagreement on their next move, Law is gonna like want to fight Luffy over it.
You see how like Doflamingo's a warlord, and we just had a whole arc fighting Doflamingo. When I seen Law and Punk Hazard, I thought it was gonna be the same thing. Like Law's gonna be a bad guy. They're gonna have this big arc fighting him, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Law, that didn't happen. So I don't see Law as a bad guy. Like if Law was to ever be a bad guy, I thought that was his chance on Punk Hazard.
I don't see him as a bad guy. I see him as kind of like a Luffy versus Usopp kind of situation. Like you know, like they're going to end up disagreeing over something. Like Law can say Straw Hat we're not strong enough to take on Kaido, and Luffy can be like, well, I don't care if we're not strong enough to beat Kaido. We just fight him anyway.
What if Law is using Luffy to take out one of the Yonkos, so he can assume that?
Yeah, and
no, that's the thing. Like,
that could be possible. Yeah.
Law's not using.
I don't think that's possible because we already found out Law's intentions in the first place.
Okay, but you gotta look at
this whole time. He's been using them this whole time.
No. Law never wanted to take. Like I remember, Law never wanted to. All right, Law doesn't care about being a Yonko. He doesn't care about stopping Kaido. He only.
How do we know that?
We don't know.
It was explained to us. Law only did that to get, because Luffy wants to do that, so he had Luffy on his side. It was all just to take out Doflamingo, and that's why I think.
Because remember that scene with Sanji and Law on the Sunny Go before they fought Doflamingo, where he's like, I don't know, I'll have to find it, but he was pretty much like
that. It seems like this is personal, so it's like
exactly.
He definitely wanted to take out Dofi, but we don't know what other motives he might have.
No, but I think it was said too that that like he doesn't want to he wasn't trying to like his role, he just made it seem that way to get Luffy to come along. He doesn't care, like even after that happened, like if Law was a grimy person, he wouldn't have went to Zoro with him. He could be like, okay, Doflamingo's done with. I thank you, Luffy, I'm off, this alliance is over. But I think he's like, since Luffy's the reason why I'm still alive, let me go along with him.
I will say this, I think we're gonna find out what's happening with Law within the next 2 or 3 chapters.
Yes, did that ever talk about Sanji?
At this point, I'm like, can we just get it? Can we just get like 2 chapters in a row? Is that so much to ask for?
I think it's gonna happen.
I feel like Oda takes too many breaks. I understand he does a lot.
Is that it seem to be they're like drawing out the story a lot, like.
But here's
giving it to us.
Can't Oda get like a fucking like writer or something to draw that thing when he's like doesn't feel like drawing it? Like I don't.
No,
I don't really
yeah.
know how that stuff works, but
Oh no, he can't
You
because
usually
that's a
have
terrible
assistants to
idea.
help you draw, and I don't think Oda has any. I think he has like one assistant.
He has
why
like,
doesn't he have
he has like an editor. I know
He
this.
has
I
an
think
editor,
he
but I think
wants to do
I
everything
read
on his
somewhere that
own.
Oda hates. He really doesn't like help. I know I read that somewhere. Like he hates getting help.
Yeah, well, I don't
Yeah,
like.
I think he likes to do everything on his own. So that's why I guess
Sounds
it
like
takes
Luffy.
Yeah, because him and the editor are the only people that know the end of
the
it.
ending.
You know,
Yeah.
him and all.
They told that one kid that had cancer though.
That's not true.
Yeah.
I
But
don't think that's true. I think that was a rumor.
Nah, I believe it's true.
So, yeah, Brago, did you ever talk about Sanji, the death, if Sanji died?
Yeah, we touched on it earlier. What do you guys think?
I think it would benefit.
Well, honestly,
There's no
we all
way
know
Sanji
Luffy would
died.
kill himself. We all know Luffy would
But
end up killing
I
himself
highly
and he wouldn't have the cook. So
doubt
yeah.
Sanji will.
Yeah, I don't see Sanji dying.
I think any Straw Hat's
if you're-
death would not benefit the story.
No, the two straw hats that really can't die are Nami and Sanji when you really think about it.
What?
Yeah.
No,
The
because,
chef and the navigator.
I think
because these people are
Sanji
idiots.
can be
They will get themselves killed if they're on the sea by themselves.
I think Sanji can be replaced. Nami would be harder to replace.
No, no, but I mean, until they replace Sanji, what are they gonna do about Luffy?
I mean, they can
Yeah,
they can get another cook, but it's like a navigator like Nami.
No,
Or
if
they just
Nami
get John
died,
Bart.
If Nami died, they're screwed. It's as simple as that.
Nami dies, they're screwed. Yeah, for
So
sure.
if Nami were to die, I mean, unless Nami were to somehow have like a basic outline of some kind of map, like planned out, which is
No,
almost
you can't say
impossible.
that.
I
Can't
think
really say
Robin
that.
could do some of it. She seems like that.
I don't know.
I feel like maybe
Because
if Robin
remember,
had something to work off of, she could do it. Like if Nami left something behind, or like she could like.
Can't say that.
I highly
Like,
doubt Nami's gonna
Listen
die.
to this though. If we're introduced to another character that's like Sanji's sibling, then could Sanji die?
Yes.
That's like
Nah,
an amazing.
Sanji can't die because I
No,
feel like
because this person is amazing. Is an amazing cook as well.
no. Well, I feel like besides that, Sanji can't die because like I wouldn't mind Jinbe joining the crew, but I had people be like, Jinbe's too strong to join the crew. Lord's too
No,
strong.
Jinbe's just too
I
old.
mean,
Jinbe
now
knows.
it's okay for him to join the crew because
People be
Luffy now
like-
has a higher bounty.
People be like,
I don't think
Barthol's too strong to join the crew, but it's like, alright, if Sanji dies, that's power. Luffy
Wait, what's on the floor?
is strong. If he's
You
gonna
know,
take out
I feel like if
Kaido,
Sanji
he's gonna-
joins the crew, there should be nobody to
He don't
replace
want
him. Yeah, I just don't see Luffy. That's a major problem. I don't see Luffy replacing anybody. Didn't Luffy once say during right before Oil on Park, I don't replace my crewmate?
Yeah.
He pretty much said that, right?
Thing is,
Yeah,
Oda
what?
said that next year's the year of Sanji. Unless he's trolling, why would he just say it's the year of Sanji and then have him die?
No, yeah, I know.
Maybe it'll be the build-up. Maybe after an entire year of a Sanji arc, he'll die
We
protecting
get a
him.
bunch of
Yeah. By the way, if we get a Sanji solo arc, I'm gonna.
legit. Sanji has not appeared in forever. Like I haven't had a legitimate appearance.
Maybe that's
from
because
Sanji.
Oda doesn't like Sanji and he hates. Maybe Oda doesn't like writing Sanji character.
I can see Sanji getting kind of his own arc or getting a lot of his own chapters because like we get parts where Sanji.
I feel like we should have like at least 5 to 10 chapters dedicated just to Sanji.
No, I think we need kind of 5 to 10 chapters dedicated
What
to
is
each
it?
person that was with Sanji, that was away from.
Yeah, right. Fuck that. Let's just go
He doesn't
to
really
Wano
need
already.
his own. He doesn't really need his own chapters. He just needs his own like thing to be going on that we can.
Needs a moment.
Like how,
Everybody's
Yeah.
had a moment in the new world. Sanji needs one of those.
yeah,
And
like
you know what? Like who
Well,
exactly?
Sanji has a disappointing moment.
Of Zoe?
Oh wait, that's everything he's been in.
Oh God. What were you saying, Danny?
Is there really a main villain for Zoe if you think about it? Like
No, there isn't.
Not
This
really.
arc isn't going anywhere. I hate it. I
Rose
really
is the main
do
villain.
not like it.
we really
it
haven't
depends
gotten
though because Jack is not dead. So
No, but he's not there anymore.
if Jack is gonna
But he's
come,
not
Yeah,
there
so, what is the purpose
going
of this
on to
arc?
other
Can someone tell me? What is the purpose? Like, what are we still doing on Zoe? Like, what are we
I
accomplishing?
agree with One Piece Nation on this one. Like, what are we doing on Zoe? Like,
I think we're trying to figure out. I guess right now the ending of last chapter, where it's like the world awaits them.
No, but I mean the
Like,
Straw Hats themselves. Why are they? Can't they do everything else? Can't they just get all the
I mean,
information?
they just got there. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
they've
wait, I
been there
forgot.
for a couple hours.
Yeah,
They're just trying to figure out what happened to the island.
We're all stupid.
I guess so, but
no,
like,
we're stupid. The log post needs to reset. Are we all stupid? the
Okay,
But
yeah.
at the same time, like, Jack
But
can
how
come
long is
back
that gonna
with
take?
the Weevil.
Who knows? Who cares?
well-
But that's probably the only explanation I can think of to why the Strawhats haven't left. Luffy would. I don't see Luffy staying on an island
They're
this
still
story.
talking. Like they're still telling them the story. The story is
exactly.
And why is Luffy
another
still
thing is that
conscious? Luffy should be asleep by now. He should be bored to death.
Every time they go on an island and something happens and they tell Luffy the story, he always helps them. So, like, if Jack is not
But
gonna,
there's nothing to help with on the island.
I think he has to help now because they lost limbs, right?
yeah. Well, if Jack doesn't come back to the
Sanji's
island,
involved.
and if he doesn't run into Weevil on Zoe, then they can just stay there until Chopper make sure everybody's healed, and they go about their business, and they know for now on that Jack is a threat or whatever like that. But they're not just gonna leave right away. They're gonna either maybe
I
Jack
feel
will
like
come back, or maybe they're gonna stay and just make sure that they're good, and they're gonna leave.
Who knows at this point? That's my biggest problem with this arc. I may have to make a video on this. It's not going anywhere for like 10
it is.
chapters.
It's good though. I don't know.
It is.
I like
I know
this
it's
way
a good
better.
arc, but it's
I like
not.
this way better than Dressrosa when it
It's
first started.
progressing the story. But it's progressing the
It's-
overall
yeah.
story. But there
The
is
start
no
of this
Zoe
arc has been better than
storyline.
Dressrosa.
There's no plot for the Zoe arc. It's
It is,
progressing the
but
plot
you
as a
know
whole.
action, though.
Can you let me finish? It's progressing the plot of the series, but I don't really see any just plot line that is specific.
I don't know. I've been liking chapter after chapter.
At least
And
nothing is happening right now. Everything is
Some stuff
flashback.
was getting boring. This I haven't seen nothing that bored me. It was one chapter that it was like but that wasn't even bad. I've been liking these chapters.
No, I agree. I guess it's getting annoying.
What do y'all think about that theory that I think One World means, where he said Whitebeard? No, he said Jack is Whitebeard's son and Weevil is Jack's son.
Whitebeard's only kids are the members of the crew. I don't think he has any real kids.
Yeah. Me too. I don't think Whitebeard has a son. I think it's just a similarity. Well, with Weevil, you can't say you're somebody's son and don't look like him. So I think they just made him look like him.
You can't say you're the son of a badass and look like a
It looks
scrub.
like he might be a zombie or something too.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. That he might be a zombie. And it's tricky though because check this out. He looks like a zombie, right? And then Doflamingo killed Moria, so it's like we don't know what happened. It's like maybe they didn't kill Moria and they made him make Weevil or whatever like that, or maybe.
Well, I think it was pretty clear that Moria's still alive.
No. Doflamingo killed him though.
No.
He's not alive. It's not.
He could be alive. I mean, he could be.
Dude, they saw his ship outside of the kid's base. Definitely alive still.
Well, that's his ship though. He had crewmates.
Yeah, but why would they just?
Why did the
Gecko
pirate
Moria's
have a base?
crewmates?
That's
I
a
don't
better
remember his
question.
crewmates.
Doflamingo was like Doflamingo said he had orders from high up to kill him. So
Yeah, but listen, man. Whenever something super vague happens like that, where he's like, "Oh, he just disappeared," he obviously didn't die.
Yeah, Dovey said he disappeared.
He said he disappeared straight in front of my eyes. He said, "I had no idea the Kage no Mi could do that."
To me, like I think Dofy killed them right then and there. And if the only way I could see Dofy not killing them is if he begged for his life and he agreed to make Weevil or something like that.
Bro, this is like TV show and story 101. If the character doesn't die on screen, they're still alive.
All right, but check this out. When what was the guy named Mr. Two, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Two. Remember when Mr. Two fought against Magellan, and they did that off screen, but he died, and Luffy kept saying don't say he died. You didn't know he died, but he was going one-on-one with Magellan with his poison and everything, and he died. And then
Mr. Two? I think Mr. Two is still alive.
Mr. Two is alive. It was confirmed in a cover story.
Yeah.
How he's
Really?
he's alive still if after that they did the thing where like he was fading, and you know like on cartoons when people die and they have the thing and they do like their little last like smile or do the little last like wink. They did that. So I don't know how he's alive after Magellan.
It said that he's the new king of like the Okama.
Oh yeah.
One Piece, like who have we seen that they said is dead and then they were really dead?
Roger.
Only two characters that have died so far in the actual storyline were Ace and Whitebeard. I'm pretty sure.
Roger too.
They got it.
No,
Roger.
I'm talking about like
alive in our
through
hearts.
the actual storyline. I'm not talking about in the past.
Well, to me, like I'm not saying that. Like I think Moria died, and if he didn't die, the only reason I could see him not dying is if he assisted in making Weevil.
You guys,
that's what I
skills.
Yeah, they're
guys
not
think
confirmed yet if Moria is dead or not.
I think Moria's gonna come back for the Kaido arc.
What about Kuina? Do you think she's dead?
Nah, I don't think she's just because like she's Zoro's rival and Zoro gotten so good that would kind of mean she has to be around that good and it would pay off for her to show up later.
I really hope the theory is right that she's in Wano somewhere or something.
Yeah,
I think I said my theory on that multiple times.
How would she make it to Wano though, all on her own?
I don't know. Maybe.
No, but they were saying that whether she's on Wano.
Obviously, Oda can come up with something to why she could be there.
Yeah, if she's on Wano or even if she's with Dragon, it's still like a good story either way.
Either that, yeah, that too. Yeah, she could be one of Dragon's revolutionary leaders or something like that.
And then another thing is that
she could be the number one.
Nah, I like that. I like that even more than my her being the theory that her being the Shogun of Wano.
I don't think she would be the Shogun because that'd be really.
Yeah.
Weird,
no, maybe the handmaiden.
Like what has Zoro been doing all this time? If she's the Shogun, like
maybe the handmaiden. Maybe somebody wipes the floor or something like that.
All I'm going to say is that I think if Kuina is still alive. Truly, this is a pure assumption, but I think if Kuina is still alive and Zoro was to fight her, he would lose pretty badly.
I don't know.
Oh, that would be so stupid.
No, I'm just saying, as long as she trains hard enough, she could probably, she should be able to keep that.
Zoro lost her 2001 times, so of course he would lose.
Yeah.
I think he would probably she probably has a technique that he can't defeat. But I think
actually no, but he can't lose because then he'd be breaking promise to Luffy. So never mind.
Exactly.
He would win.
Right. I think it's a technique that he probably learned from her. But I think right now there's no way Kuina should be able to beat Zoro.
No. But like if she was stronger than him before,
right?
It's because Zoro's.
Well, if she's been training in Wano this whole time, you could say that.
I'm saying that everybody doesn't grow on the same curve, right?
Exactly.
Right, but then that's saying that Zoro
she's a girl.
And then she's a girl, and Zoro's going to be physically strong.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And that was really what was holding them back when they were fighting back then. She was strong.
Obviously.
If she was on Wano and she's been training in like ancient sword techniques, there's a chance that she.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, like,
unless Ivanko, you know.
Oh my God! No, I heard that theory.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. No matter how hard you train, a girl would never, ever be physically stronger than a man.
No, but that's why unless Ivanko turned into a man.
Those those girls that are like bodybuilders that got the six packs and the upper abs and stuff is stronger than some guys.
The upper abs.
I want to say one thing that is actually since that is actually 100% incorrect. Even in One Piece, the Hancock is stronger than the entire monster trio pre-time skip.
No, Fifth Son is.
You talking about a grown woman stronger than the monster? Of course she is.
I mean, let's break it down here.
Like Kuina would be a grown woman by this point.
It's probably
get somebody her age. Get somebody her age. They'll be stronger than her. That's what I mean.
And then another thing is it all depends. Really. Like if you're a skinny girl, then yeah. But if you're like
Hancock would win, but Hancock could have taken out the entire crew. I mean, with this kind of thing, doesn't make any sense.
No, Fifth Son is the best woman here.
Yeah. And Big Mom wouldn't be a Yonko.
Big Mom became a Yonko because she's obese. Who wants to fight her? You want to look at her son?
No, I know what happened. Okay, don't cheat. So I bet you.
All right. Hold on. We don't know if Big Mom is big. What if they call her Big Mom? Like you know how people be like Big Homie. So what if she's just Big Mom like that, and she's not really? She's just like.
You mean tell me Oda using slang?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm joking around with it at the same time, but like you never know though.
I'm joking, but I'm kind of.
I'm just playing. I'm just being the antagonist.
No, I'm joking.
I know Big Mom is a
big. It would be funny. Like I'm expecting her to be big, but it would be funny if instead it's like, yo, that's Big Mom. She's the Big Homie.
I hope Big Mom's just slow.
What?
I know Big Mom clearly Admiral level.
But I'm not gonna lie though, if she's skinny and they call her Big Mom, I'll be scared of her.
We've seen her that she's fat as shit.
But she's pretty freaking fat as we've seen.
Big Mom is trash.
No. I want to touch on that.
Her being trash.
We don't know that she's fat. We can't say that she's fat. Because
Big Mom.
What?
That's power. That's power.
He's fat.
How is she fat? Tell me how she's fat.
We saw her. She's fat.
All right,
that's power.
Bro, you know what fat is?
No. Look. We saw that Big Mom was fat, right? But that was only a silhouette. From what I seen with Kaido, I wasn't really liking Kaido because he looked like a small little mafia guy or something like that.
No, we saw a full picture of
her lying down.
No. I'm saying like the first picture we seen of Kaido and what we seen of Kaido now is two different people.
Yeah, but it's not the same
picture.
thing.
Exactly, that's a picture.
Oda just use it as a mystery to where like people say that they don't really see these Yonkos to like what he might look like based on his characteristics. And Big Mom is fat because
but we only saw the face picture silhouette of Kaido.
No, but I'm saying that face picture. All right. Look up Kaido before the time skip.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. When we saw a full body picture of Big Mom, it's like.
Yeah, we actually seen her on the phone talking to Luffy.
You mean
she was on the phone talking to Luffy?
All right, but that was still we didn't see her face, so that was still like a silhouette of her. We didn't see her.
Bro, I think
kind of saw her like
So we had they had the episode where we saw her. She was animated.
Okay, I'll link it in the chat for you, Taekwon.
Bro, I think it was.
I'm gonna check it out.
Bob
but
was talking to her.
Because it seemed like it was like she was in like a dark, shadowy place, kind of, or whatever, like that. Like to where like you couldn't see her.
You never saw Kaido like it was just pictures of Kaido, but we actually saw Big Mom.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we only saw Kaido's face.
Right here. Okay. So she's big, but
No, really?
No. Like, Kaido changed from his first original picture, so I can see Big Mom change.
Big Mom did change a little bit too. Like if you look at her face in this, and then you look at her face in like the newest thing, like Doflamingo's speech, her nose is like different. It looks more like
but with Kaido though, it was a complete change though.
Yeah.
Like
we all know Big Mom is strong. We all know that. I was just being facetious. That's
like
all.
the first picture I seen of Kaido, I thought he was just a grimy person. Like I didn't think he could fight because he looked kind of like a goblin or something like that. The way they had him.
Yeah.
Kaido though is like, oh snap. So I could kind of see them like just for teasers. They're showing us the fat Big Mom or whatever like that. But then when we really get to see her, she's probably has a better character design than that.
I feel like Oda used the old character design for Kaido and put it on Jack because like that.
What?
Nah, that old design?
No, because there's like an old picture of Kaido where he has like that metal shit on his mouth, like how Jack does. Like it's not the same thing, but it's something similar. I'll try to
Big Mom is fat because she's fat.
But nah, the thing about what's her name, Kuina, Zoro's supposed rival. Yeah. What you call it?
Check this out.
The dude yeah.
How can I send you the? All right, I'm gonna try to send you the link of this image. Let me see, view image. I'm gonna put the link in the description. This Kaido, even all right, check this out. This Kaido looks nothing like what we've seen, so it's like he kind of just like teased us with it. Where, like nobody really knew what the Yonko looked like. Well, besides Blackbeard, you knew what Blackbeard looked like. You knew what Shank looked like.
Right, but they both look different.
Yeah.
And Kaido, so that's just like what people think they look like. That wasn't really what they look like.
They both look different, and now they've both changed.
Yeah.
Both already back.
Big Mom still looks the same though. She still looks ugly though. You know what I mean? Like I can't even tell who's Big Mom and who's Kaido besides knowing that who's Big Mom, the green person?
I think Kaido's the one in green purple, right? And Big Mom's the one in purple.
Probably.
Yeah. I could be wrong. I think though.
That's what I'm saying. So like
no, Kaido's definitely the one.
Yeah, Kaido's definitely the one in green.
Yo, the troll. It is definitely Kaido.
Oda definitely changed his design a lot.
He changed it.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna link another thing in the chat. This is also another design he had for Kaido. Like, look at that thing. There's like a metal thing around his mouth, kind of like how Jack had.
Let me see.
I can't.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That was his original design.
So is Kaido Jack?
I don't know, man.
No.
Jack.
Maybe they're brothers.
Kaido is Jack, and Jack is the son of Sasuke, who is the son of Broly. Confirmed.
What?
No. Check this out. Look, this right here. This is the thing. What I'm saying, like that picture you showed me is kind of dark and hard to see. This was Kaido, and look how he looked it. I think Kaido was a person in the purple because that's Kaido right there. They made him look like I didn't think he could fight. No. That Kaido's the guy in the back. That's
Yeah. I think.
I mean, you're right.
But, I mean,
that could also be Kaido without his double fruit form. Maybe the form we saw on.
Yeah, that's possible. That's his awakened form.
Yeah.
I think they was just teasing us though. Like they just showed us like a bogus picture.
I mean, but we've seen Big Mom animate.
No. I know, like Big Mom, like that's Big Mom. But I'm saying with the Kaido case is that
You talking about the manga? Because you saw him land in front of people, like.
Mm-hmm. No. I know, but I'm saying that's not the same guy as that we seen on the picture. I think.
Right, like Froob just said, it could be like a different form.
I don't think it was a different form. I think it was because nobody knew what they looked like, so that they just had like guest pictures of what they looked like. But then now that we see him, we're never gonna see that old picture again. Now that we see what he looks like now.
I don't know. It's possible because they were like I don't know.
I mean, I think so. I mean,
it's cool though. Like it wasn't nothing disappointing about it. Maybe at first it was kind of like underwhelming, but now that I seen him, it's like, oh snap! Like he looked beast.
Bro, I just want to know more about Kaido, dude. He's so interesting. Like the horn, the whole horn thing is like so confusing to me. Like why everyone in his crew has horns. Like I don't even understand at this point. At first I thought they were just like wearing the horns in their head, but now it looks like
Foxy.
now it looks like they're growing out of their head.
And you know what I was thinking about is like if Kaido said everyone in their crew uses like some type of zone type devil fruit, then does that mean what type of animal type of fruit does Kaido have?
Well, anything that is alive could be an animal, right?
Yeah. And then I was thinking like
why can't he have the God fruit?
The God.
Anything that is a god can be alive, right? And any living creature that is made of flesh and blood is an animal. So technically, you could twist it around in a way where you could consider God an animal and make
there is a God fruit. Then Goku has the God fruit. But anyways.
Oh, true, but he's a Buddha. But then again, the Buddha wasn't actually a god.
No, he's a god.
What?
Buddha's
God of the Buddhist religion.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding. I don't really know.
And then I thought like Kaido has to have some type of like mythical animal fruit or something. Some type of animal.
You guys remember that chapter where when it was at the end of Dressrosa when Sabo was like flying away on the crows or whatever?
Yeah.
You remember when he's like
He's
like, oh, you can control these crows now, and then the big crow in the front is like, yeah, I can control all of them. What if like that's like a form of awakening? So like if you have a crow zone, you can control crows. What if Kaido, since he's the king of beasts, he has some crazy ass beast zone, and he can control all beasts. That's why he like controls all of the artificial zones in his crew.
No, yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking like Kaido might have some mythical zone fruit, a mythical animal with horns that's large and can regenerate.
I was also thinking that
something like that. That's like my best guess. Like I don't know what animal that would be though.
Nah, yeah. Well, I was thinking that too. What else I was thinking is that Kaido, maybe because they was calling him 100 Beast Kaido, and to me that can only mean two things: either that he has 100 devil fruit users in his crew, which he maybe could, or maybe he can turn into 100 different animals.
I think he can change into 100 different animals. That means he must have some really complex devil fruit.
Or maybe he can use the traits from 100 different animals.
Yeah, well, I mean, Doflamingo's fruit was kind of complex before we figured it out. Like,
right.
We didn't know like how he was controlling people, and then we figured, oh, it's strings.
For a while there, we didn't know what he could do. It's like you kind of assumed it was like he was a puppeteer, but then you didn't know.
Oh yeah, but it's tricky though because like maybe he has powers that he could make Zoan users stronger because like while let's say he can control Zoan type devil fruit users, the people that was with Jack, they seem to be with him like on their own. It didn't seem like their eyes was red and he was controlling them. Even when I seen when I seen X Drake, he was just there like calmly. He didn't look like he was being controlled.
The thing is like when you look at all of if you look at Jack in his human form and you look at the horns, there's it looks like they're drilled into his head. Like if you look around the horns, there's like these metal things like keeping them in place. It looks like they're like drilled into his head. I was thinking like maybe that's a way that Kaido is controlling these people through the horns.
Maybe, but X Drake didn't have horns when we seen him.
Exactly. That would be why he can't control X Drake.
But I don't think he wouldn't want to not put the horns on him if that's what he's doing. I think it's something to where like it's beneficial being with Kaido if you're a Zoan type. That's why they're willingly going with him.
I don't know. It's weird.
Because
We're gonna find out more about it.
You know how they said in the New World, like you have to face a Yonko, or you need a Yonko's protection, or you got to be or you got to be under the government. So if those are your only options, why join? Like if you're a Zoan fruit, why go with Whitebeard or with Shanks? We can go with Kaido and he can give you a power boost or something like that. It's probably something where like it's beneficial for them to work with him. Because X Drake didn't seem like he was trying to team up with Kaido. He seemed like he was trying to go after him. But then all of a sudden, it's like he's on Kaido's side now. Like it was beneficial.
We got forced into that. You had to allegiance to him.
I want to see more.
Well, what do y'all think about this X Drake? Everybody keeps saying.
Yo, he's beast. Yo.
Admiral level.
Admiral level?
Yeah. No. I can't say he's Admiral level though, because we don't know. It's like, all right, Law's not Admiral level. Luffy's not. West Kid is probably not. So I don't know if he's Admiral level. But
the thing is, it's like the Admiral level thing is vague, right? It's like, what is the Admiral level? Who's Admiral level?
Well, I guess when people say that, like,
what's keeping up with an Admiral?
Well, because the thing is like when
being able
you
to
say
fight one
Admiral
and
level,
not die within like 10 minutes.
When you say Admiral level, you're like referring to all the the 3 original Admirals.
Yeah.
Like they were all like really close in power because Sakazuki and Kuzan fought for 10 days and it was like almost a stalemate. So you can like tell just by that there's like an Admiral level, like they're all like really close to each other.
Right.
So people who are that strong are strong.
The thing is, how long do you have to fight against an Admiral to gain that unlockable ability of Admiral level?
Well,
you need to fight against an Admiral that's at like 10%.
To me, what Admiral level means is like if say you fought like Akainu 5 times, you could win maybe 1 or 2 times.
Okay.
Well, I think when people say that, I think they don't have to really beat the Admiral. I think is that like because the Admirals they never really beat anybody. They beat some people.
The thing is, you have to have a chance.
You just have to be within range, like within the ballpark. Like Year 4, for example. Year 4 could probably stay in par with an Admiral for some time. Not a long time.
That's why I think Luffy is an Admiral level because you can't.
Oh, I don't think Luffy. I think
that's not the same though.
I don't consider Year 4 part of. Then you can't last Year 4 long enough.
If people at Admiral level is fighting for 8 days, then what is 15? What is 20 minutes? You know, it's like he's not there quite yet.
And I mean, Luffy could only hold Year 4. How long did he exactly hold it?
Like it's an epic battle. They going blow for blow, like boom, 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 boom. And once the time runs out, Luffy's just laying there. Like that's not gonna be a good fight.
Yeah, because Luffy could only compete for like that, just like a little bit of time, and then
he's done after that. He's dead.
What I say with the Admiral level thing is that the way I see it is that the Admirals was like the most impressive fighters we've seen before the time skip. And when they came, they meant business. And they wasn't like you had Kizaru just light beaming people and kicking people. Or
when they came, they wiped out everybody there. Like
true.
You had Aokiji being a beast. When we got to Akainu, he
went through everybody.
So I think Admiral level is just people like you could kind of say Dofi was Admiral level the way he was beating everybody. He was kind of a step ahead of everybody, but you probably can't see his Admiral level as like him being as strong as an Admiral. But I think people just mean like impressive wise. Like, is this person beating people without trying? Are they powers impressive? Like, that's what I think people mean on it as somebody Admiral level because that's what we see Admirals do.
From the whole Admiral discussion, but would you guys be happy if we had like a Sanji centric arc like for the next few months?
Yeah, I would be happy.
Because we missed him.
Well, the thing is, for me personally, like even though I'm a Sanji hater and I don't have much of like a say in this because I'm not a Sanji fan, but I feel like it would be annoying if we had like a Sanji centric arc because like it's taking away from like the plot of the story. Like everyone's been waiting for Wano for like the longest time. Like that's what everyone's like been waiting for. And if we just like go farther away again from it and do a Sanji centric arc, I feel like it's just gonna make the story like more boring again.
I think it would be good because like after the times, well, like after Marineford or whatever like that, you know how they showed like what Chopper was doing, they showed what Nami was doing, they showed what Zoro was doing. When they showed what Chopper was doing, I was like, they showed what Nami was doing, it was like, when they showed what Zoro was doing, I'm like, oh snap. When they showed what Sanji was doing, I was into that stuff. It's like Sanji's not like a throwaway character. If anything's highlighted on him, it's gonna be important.
Well, so I know, but like Wano's like expected to be probably like one of the best arcs in One Piece. Period. Like I think everyone that like watches One Piece would say that like they're like waiting for Wano more than anything.
No, yeah,
And
I
it's
wanna
gonna
see-
have to be Zoro centered. It has to be.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
The thing is, I wouldn't mind if it was Zoro and Sanji censored as well, but
Well,
yeah.
do you think
Yeah.
it'll be a training arc? I've
No.
heard
It's
anime
possible.
fans talk about.
I think it would be good if like Scoper Gavin or whatever his name is.
Oh, Scoppers, Goblin.
Yeah, train them because I don't.
They
I watched
said
some
that's the third
theories.
guy on Roger's crew.
Yeah.
Wow.
I read some theories that maybe he was on Wano. I don't remember why they said he was on Wano, but
Who?
Scoper Gavin, he's like the third of.
Yeah, Roger's crew, because you know they have gold Roger, silver's really, Scopper's Gaban. He's the like copper.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Gold
Imagine
Roger.
if you see him and
Silver Rayleigh.
he's on Vice Admiral level. He's rusty.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's definitely still Admiral level.
Yeah, I feel like One Piece
he's
doesn't need
looking
a
around
training
him.
arc.
That'd be funny.
One
Great.
Piece can be very. It's like not specific with how strong some characters are, and it's kind of like
Yeah.
same thing with Roger. We don't know exactly if he had a devil fruit, if he had really hockey.
Well, yeah, that's why I don't like doing One Piece matchups that much because it really is not specific. Like the whole entire power system in One Piece makes no sense to me. Someone like Crocodile getting shit on by Luffy, like, he didn't get shit on, but he lost to
That doesn't
him.
make
Like,
sense.
Like, look, Luffy's bounty was what 30,000 when he took on Crocodile.
yeah,
and then-
losing to Luffy like pre-gear second is pretty embarrassing.
that
Like,
is true.
we saw in the war when Crocodile went up to Hawkeye. Like he's like, you don't want to fuck with me right now. Like I'm pissed. And Hawkeye was like, all right, I guess I don't want to fuck with him. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like Hawkeye should be able to one-shot Crocodile.
Because like, all right, it's always like this. Just
And
because
it makes me feel like bounties don't really matter
It
that
doesn't-
much.
it doesn't matter like it doesn't matter what series it is, and this applies to real life too. Just because person A could beat person B doesn't mean
that's
that
true.
person A could beat person C or person, you know, the other
Yeah,
person.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I see what
It's
you're
about matchups a lot. About the matchup.
And the thing with that is that if I'm not mistaken, since Luffy's rubber, Crocodile hits wasn't really hurting him like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, like Crocodile was like Doflamingo in the sense where like
Yeah,
he had
it's too strong.
he had like a really good understanding of his devil fruit and everything. Like people were like speculating that he might have even had his devil fruit awakened even in Alabasta because like how
Yeah,
he could make the
maybe.
monster out of the ground and everything.
Mhm.
Yep.
So like the fact that if he did have his fruit awakened and Luffy beat him, like that's like kind of crazy.
Well, but Luffy, his hits wasn't really hurting Luffy because he's rubber, and then Luffy found the water and he found the weakness in him.
Yeah, I know, but still, like
But in a way though, it's like if Luffy was, it's like Luffy's not weak. He just beat Doflamingo and he beat Moria, and he's
yeah,
like,
but he got so
beat
much
him
stronger.
now.
Like
So it's like one of those things where like it would be bad if Luffy was weak, but since Luffy's so strong, it's like, all right, put it like this. Let's say Luffy becomes a Pirate King, right?
Mhm.
Everybody would have lost to Luffy. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where like, you know, it's not a bad loss. Kind of
So
like
if-
how Naruto, like at the end he becomes Hokage. So it's like everybody who lost to him, it's not that it was a shameful loss. This was the Hokage. This guy was gonna be.
Moria had like actual fighting skills, he'd probably be one of the strongest warlords. Probably would be like the strongest warlord behind Mihawk because
Well, I'm going to go before I
Shadow
pull BDA and fall asleep in the middle of the stream. Yeah, peace out.
right, so
I
yeah.
appreciate you coming through, bro.
Now yeah,
Yeah, let me.
Fuck, what was I saying?
about Moria, like if he had.
Oh
fighting-
yeah. Because I don't know, I feel like he wasn't like if he had hockey and all that shit, dude, his devil fruit is so OP. You get like
Yeah,
shadows
yeah,
from him
yeah,
and you
like,
get
I
so
think
much
he put up,
stronger.
I think he put up a better fight at Marineford than he did against Luffy.
Mhm.
Like I got to see more of his abilities and more what he could do. How like he brought the creatures from the dead back and everything.
Well, that was like one of the main reasons why I think Kaido's controlling people was because it would make sense because Moria was like Kaido's rival, so it would make sense for Moria's rival to have like zombies, like kind of like how Moria did. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like they would both just be like they're like puppet masters, I guess you could say, in their own ways, just controlling
No,
the
yeah,
pawn.
that's the thing too. Like, cause they're calling him Kaido of the 100 Beasts, so it doesn't actually mean that he has
I
to
think
have
I
100
think the actual translation was King of Beasts.
King of
I'm
Beasts.
not
Well, yeah,
sure.
but that too. So you don't have to be a beast yourself to be the King of Beasts. You can control beasts to be the King of Beasts.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, and you know what? He kind of looks like that. He doesn't exactly look like that, but he's not too far off from like a lion tamer look. So
Yeah.
you know, it could be possible that he could control people.
What do you guys think about destructive capacity? Marco D. Sabo just asked that. Like, who do you think has unbelievable destructive capacity?
Yeah, I heard that word for the first time.
I would say Akainu, Kaido, and Akainu and Kaido.
What about Blackbeard?
Yeah,
Blackbeard for sure.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
He has Whitebeard fruit, so I wouldn't see why not.
Yeah.
Does that mean like if you went into a city and you wanted to fuck shit up, is that like destructive capability?
Yeah.
Or whatever okay.
Yeah. I heard I thought Whitebeard didn't use his awakening in the war just because it would have created an entire crack.
Control it, yeah. He would hurt people as well.
He would have hurt his own crew. And
but Luffy's gear 4, the King Konga, and that hurt like what? That didn't. I mean, it kind of tilted like a town. I guess.
I mean, did some damage, and we don't even know if he has Gear 5th yet. I'm kind of excited for that.
I don't think he does have Gear 5th because his Gear 4 seemed really
incomplete.
Okay.
Well, he might.
Remember Gear 3rd? Remember last time Gear 3rd was like.
Yeah, that is true, but
he might have a Gear 5th. But what I think Gear 5th will be, because you know how Gear 2nd was a form, and you see how Gear 4th is a form. If he does have a Gear 5th, it's going to be like one technique, like one blow thing.
I feel like he could only go Gear 5th for 10 seconds or something.
Yeah, and it's one punch and then you're out for like.
Yeah. Then he's knocked out for days.
I think like because everyone was saying Rayleigh like taught him stuff after they taught him Gear 4th. I think it was just more forms of Gear 4th.
I believe so. That would be cool.
I don't think it's more Gear 4 forms anymore, because when I seen I like the people was like, I was checking online and I just kept I was saying a lot of people. Some people liked the game, but a lot of people were saying like One Piece games haven't been good and they don't like it. Burning Blood looks beast. Once they, not from the first trailer they seen, but that last trailer they seen, y'all seen that like that 5-minute one, that 4-minute one, where it's just showing like clips after clip after clip after clip. That joint looks crazy.
Oh man, that game's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be awesome if Luffy had different forms, because then he'd be more versatile? Like
that's exactly.
But I don't think he has different forms anymore, because the
reason why he has to. Why would he say Bound Man?
Yeah, exactly.
No. I know, but like Gear 2nd was just Gear 2nd. It wasn't like Gear 2nd Steam Man, but it just could have been one of those things.
He didn't say Steam Man. He said Bound Man. He actually.
No. I know. I'm saying that it didn't say Steam Man, but the thing about it saying Gear 4 Bound Man could have been a thing that like when he was Gear 2nd, right? He didn't really change much. You know what I mean? Besides him having a steam. Now with Gear 4, it actually changed the composition of his body and made him bounce the way that's like, he can be called Bound Man now. I don't think it's something where like
you have to specify if he didn't have another form.
No. I know they didn't specify it though, but because the characteristics of his body changed, where it's like, yo, boing, I'm Bound Man. He was bouncing all over the place. That's why I think it's titled that. I don't think it's titled that because he got different forms anymore. Because
I don't think he'd have to say that he's Bound Man there because he's Bound
Man. No. He doesn't have to say it. Of course, he's still Luffy, but it's like I'm trying to think of an example. Like like when what's something a cartoon did where they had a transformation, they gave it a certain kind of name. Like let me see if I can get an example. Like
you mean like how they change it, the translation, sort of?
No, he's just saying like he's pretty much trying to say that the Gear 4th translation is just like redundant.
Aokiji didn't do this, but let's say like if Aokiji transforms and he's like, this is Sub-Zero, you know what I mean? Like it's something like that, to where like that doesn't mean that they have multiple different degrees where he could change it. It's just that like
the reason why I say that because Luffy has all these different gears, and this is the only time he mentions another form or says specifies what he is, Bound Man.
I know, but this is the first time.
And I mean, he has Ace's fire fist. Sort of.
Red Hawk.
Well, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, this is the first time the composition of his body changed that way, to where it's like he has a different form in a way. You know what I mean? So it could be that just with his body looking that way, he's Bound Man. Like I try to keep it like realistic. Like fan wise, it'd be cool if he had Bound Man and he had like Power Man and he had like Speed Man, but that'd be OD. I don't think they're gonna do that. And I was thinking that they might do that.
I don't think it'd be OD because right now Luffy can't even compete with an Admiral. It's like he has
No, I know.
He needs to improve.
Well, I feel like Gear 4th could possibly maybe for 5 to 10 minutes at max, and then he's dead.
But check this out. Like,
you know what was super lame in the trailer for the Burning Blood? When he says gear fourth, it just sounds super lame. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he's just like gear fourth, and I don't know, it just sounded lame. Like when he uses gear second, he's like gear segundo. Like it sounds so much cooler. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just doesn't like roll off the tongue. He's just like gear fourth. I don't know.
I was gonna say is that with Luffy competing with the Admirals and stuff like that, like I was saying this in the last stream, is that he just needs to get he needs better control over his double fruit. Why Gear 4 is beast. Lord didn't seem that impressed. Lord seemed like yo, he ran out of hockey. Like that's not good. You know what I mean? Even though that was a beast move. Now, if let's say he had different forms, right? Let's say he had 5 different Gear 4s, right? A speed one, a power one. He still wouldn't be able to do them back to back. He would just be able to do one for 15 minutes, and that'd be it.
No, I'm saying like he has different forms he can switch in between, like and depend on the situation.
All right. Look, if he does that,
Gear fourth is stronger than people actually think he is, because remember, okay, what was the first move he used right before King Kong Gun that was like he thought he knocked Dofi out?
The snake, because all of
regular Kong Gun, I don't remember.
Oh yeah, it was Kong Gun.
You mean that?
Okay, yeah. If he would have used his actual King Kong Gun right there, then the fight would have been over. But he chose not to use his strongest move, and then he ended up running out of Haki.
Yeah, exactly. You know what Kong Gun was? You know what it looked like?
What?
The Kogan that Lucci did.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah. Talking about after the 6 forms of Roku Shiki.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what it looked like, to be honest.
Where he did until he hit Luffy twice, in Enish Lobby.
No. I know what the Rokushiki looked like. I don't remember what the movie you were talking about looked like.
Let me see if I can get a picture. Because we've seen Luffy use other moves and inspiration from other moves before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and I heard people saying that the other move was like a Bellamy move, kind of. Like he made his arm go in like a spring.
Yeah, he did that. He uses the same thing, but he did his legs to turn them into springs.
No, yeah. To me, Luffy and Bellamy, they got kind of similar powers and similar fruits. It's sad to see.
Fruit is so much better than Bellamy's. Bellamy's fruit sucks.
That's why I thought Bellamy would have joined the crew to
I don't think Bellamy fruit sucks. I think Bellamy sucks.
No, I think Bellamy has one of the worst double fruits.
Nah, because check this out. Bellamy fruit is springs.
That's what I was talking about.
Luffy fruit is rubber. They're not too far apart. Luffy could stretch his arm. He could stretch his arms too.
No, but the thing is, Luffy can do everything Bellamy can, but Bellamy can't do everything Luffy can.
Well, that's just because he's not trying to. Let's say, I could see Bellamy being able to trying to figure out a way to do a gear second, but he's not thinking about that. Only Luffy's been the only one.
The only thing Bellamy can do is bounce. Luffy can stretch and change his blood and do all that stuff.
Well, Bellamy can stretch too, and the changing of blood. That's something that
Luffy's Gear 4th, what he does with his arm and how he punches. I think Bellamy could possibly do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's they have.
But he can't do as much as Luffy, but he can be more creative than him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like how Monet's fruit is the snow fruit, and Kizaru's fruit is the ice fruit. Her fruit is one level below.
It's superior.
I don't know. I don't think her fruit is below. I think Aoki's just.
It was definitely stated that her fruit is worse than.
It kind of.
No. I know, but to me it seems
and Ace's fruit.
She can still. She can still turn into. She can still be hit and turn into snow. She can still use her powers. It's just that ice is stronger than snow, because snow if snow gets colder, it'll turn into ice.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, but I think Bellamy could definitely do a lot more.
Yeah.
To me,
I'm really fond of Bellamy. I really like Bellamy. I think he could be.
Check this out. If Luffy,
I don't know. Bellamy
here's
seems like an ass a little bit, just in my opinion.
The thing is, he already has Armament Haki.
Sometimes
he would have been a great addition to the crew.
To me,
I really want Jinbe to join the crew. That's my number one. A lot of people say they don't want him because they feel
I want Jinbe to join the crew. I like Jinbe.
I feel like Jinbe is the only choice.
I wouldn't be funnier
before he joins the crew, but
What?
Jinbe.
Oh, you think he's gonna die?
Jinbe, I think when he seen him on Fisherman Island or whatever like that, and he said he asked Jinbe to join the crew. Jinbe said not right now. He didn't say no, so I think
that's why it's I feel like that was a plot device saying, okay, not right now. But
yeah, I know what you mean. I really hope he doesn't die, because I feel like it would be really funny to have Jinbe on the crew.
I mean, it would be, because he's gonna be.
I feel like Jinbe's gonna come in sometime when they have to fight Jack or Kaido.
But the thing is, remember with Big Mom and the whole candy thing? Like he goes back and says, I'm going to destroy Fishman Island. Jinbe goes to defend it. And then she wipes the floor with him. And then it's like, we know Luffy has to go back there, right?
Yeah.
Luffy has to go back there, and he's going to destroy Fishman Island. Why is he destroying Fishman Island?
Oh yeah, and the thing with Jinbe too is Jinbe said he doesn't like working under Big Mom anymore. So that means that
So they're going to have to clash.
He needs to change. Well, he doesn't really have to clash with Big Mom, but that might happen. But he has to either go under Shanks, Kaido, or
But it's already Luffy's territory, supposedly.
Yeah, that's true.
Big Mom
So either Big Mom's either gonna be in the war with Kaido, or she's gonna like shit on Fishman Island while the war's going
Exactly.
on. So
Then Luffy's going to find out. Then he's going to go back there like, yeah, you guys shouldn't be down here anymore.
But the other cool thing is that if Jinbe's gonna have to go under a different Yonko, if Luffy's about to take Kaido out, or if Luffy plans to take Kaido out, and he sees that, you know what, Luffy might have a chance. He got this big fleet. He got Law. You know what? I'm gonna be under Luffy.
We talking about the Jinbe?
Yeah, Jinbe.
No, I think he's technically already under Luffy.
Like Luffy.
Like Fishman Island technically is like Luffy's territory. He did say that to Big Mom.
No, yeah. Fishman Island is Luffy, but I mean that
Is it his territory? Because I feel like Big Mom kind of got a little pissed.
Yeah, that's how I believe that she's either going to send somebody there or she's going to. I don't know if she's going to go there herself.
Well, the way I took it when
Big Mom seems like the most lazy of the Yonko.
Yeah.
I took it as Big Mom is not gonna go back over there, but when she sees Luffy, it's gonna be problems. That's why they attacked the ship along with Caesar being there. I think she's gonna try to beat Luffy up. I don't think she's gonna go try to claim the territory back.
Yeah. You guys think about the theory that like?
I think Big Mom is mad, but I think she's impressed with Luffy, like that he even had the guts to say all of that and do all of that. And then I'm pretty sure she's seen him that he beat Doflamingo. Not like that scares her, but like, oh, this guy, like, yo, he's doing good.
But I know
he's like legit. He has.
We were impressed with Jack.
Some
right?
cred.
Yeah.
He has some credit.
Jack, right?
Yeah.
Remember what's his name? Bobbin.
Yeah.
And they said Bobbin went casually took out an island.
Yeah.
So I
Bobbin's
think
gonna be a beast.
Bobbin's
I have a question.
And
I have a question.
we saw
you guys see
Peckham's bounty.
Yeah, 320.
And we didn't see Tamago's. It's like
I think we did.
I thought in the anime they show both of them. It wasn't too far off from each other. I think one of them was like in the.
I think
they both was
one
above.
of them had 320. I think it was Tamago had 320.
No, we didn't see Tamago.
Do you guys see Sanji facing another person that cooks?
What?
No, I don't
You
think
guys
there's
see
gonna be.
Sanji facing another person that cooks?
Facing him?
Yeah, like a strong person that's like a sharp like him.
Oh yeah, I mean.
But only uses his hands.
I could see him fighting somebody like Kizaru or like somebody that uses their legs. Like I even think he might have a good fight against who's that? Tamago that got the long legs?
Yeah.
Yeah, like something like that, to where like, you know, they don't exactly do what he do, but they fight like him.
Oh no, you're right, Bago. They don't have a bounty for Tamago. Peckham's at 330.
So all right, but the
Peckham's is like, I believe Peckham's is like at the bottom of like that order, and Tamago and Bobbin.
Tamago punched that Logia guy with one punch and knocked him out, right?
Mm-hmm.
The what that guy had?
Guy.
What wasn't that Caribou?
Yeah.
Caribou was weak though.
Yeah, Caribou was a bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he was strong until that happened.
Nah. Remember like Zoro and them, like it was it was so simple for them to like apprehend them.
He was strong. He was strong for pre-time skip.
I guess pre-time skip, but after everybody caught up, it's like no. Like,
the other thing too is that I think Big Mom is impressed with Sanji escaping from her. Like what you mean they escaped? So I think like she's respecting Luffy's crew.
I do like the theory that Big Mom wants Sanji because he's a cook.
I
feel like that makes the most logical. Like it makes sense.
I don't think that one makes sense anymore because like when that theory came about, we didn't know what happened, and everybody.
Yeah, it was because of the only alive bounty why people made that theory.
Like everybody was underestimating Sanji before we found out what happened, and it's like, okay, maybe Big Mom cornered them, and Sanji had to be his life. Like, look, I'll cook for you. But as we see, Sanji just assaulted her. Like, yo, be attacking her. Bang, 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 bang.
Hit her.
Yeah, the thing is, she probably doesn't even know like about Sanji's cooking or anything.
Yeah, like Big Mom doesn't know about Sanji's cooking yet, so it's like that can't happen. And even if she did, like it'd be hard for like a Yonko to be like,
Did she come for Caesar?
Bring this guy alive only.
That's where she came, right? For Caesar.
She wanted Caesar, right? Yeah, because Caesar.
What if Sanji turned himself into the Marines and fucking like one of Luffy's fleet commanders did like some like mission where they saved Sanji?
Nah,
I like how Jack did, but it was like some covert ops mission.
Like a side arc with Bartolomeo and Cavendish.
Yeah, that would be so funny.
That would be dope.
Like Cavendish and Bart like end up coming upon like some Navy ship with Sanji on it.
Oh my god.
I don't think that would be the best. That would be the best.
That wouldn't happen. I don't think it's gonna happen, but that would be fucking amazing.
It would be hilarious because Bartolomeo doesn't really like Cavendish at all.
yeah, and they have to help.
They're like jealous of each other, kind of in a way.
Yeah, and then Bartolomeo's like fanboying Sanji as he sees him. Oh, that'd be amazing.
And Cavendish like, yo, what's wrong with you?
well, even that thing too. They're kind of jealous of each other. And Candivich got first division, and what's Bartolomeo, third or second?
I think second.
Yeah, but that doesn't really mean power. But I think that that's kind of
the same thing towards it.
Yeah, I think it does mean power, to be honest. Like
they said it was like random, but I think
no. Like it doesn't. It doesn't. With each crew, it depends because like in Whitebeard case, like you could say Marco was the strongest, but in Blackbeard case, what's his name is like the weakest. He got to be the weakest, yo. Burgess was like.
No, I don't think he's necessarily the weakest, but yeah.
No. On Blackbeard's crew, if you think about it.
Well,
I think that was
guy. Lafitte is beast because when Lafitte interrupted in the Warlord meeting, they was like, I know him, he's Lafitte, so he got to be beast. You know what I mean? The other guy, the sniper guy, even though Usopp's a sniper and Usopp's not too strong, that guy was going toe to toe. He was.
The thing is, everyone was saying Von Augur is like really strong. I think he's probably like one of the weakest in Blackbeard's crew.
Nah, I don't think
he was in Ace Free time skip. He didn't have Haki.
No, of course, but so did Burgess. Burgess didn't have.
But he is a fucking monster sniper.
When they was gonna fight,
just like they're there. Like they're not stronger than any of the
Thing is, sniping in a 1v1 means like nothing. Like it's not like that big of a thing.
When they was gonna fight,
really, it's like.
And when they did the matchups, he was gonna fight Yasopp, and Yasopp's no joke. So I don't think he's weak. Like I can kind of see Burgess being like the Usopp out of the group, but like he's not strong. You know what I mean? He just wants to.
I think Burgess would be equivalent to Frankie.
Pretty much.
Nah,
I think that's San Juan. I think that's San Juan.
San Juan?
Yeah, San Juan's the Frankie.
That's gonna be what's his name? You know that big thing that's falling around Jinbe?
Oh, dude, I like I think it was Boris that did theory. They said it was gonna be Usopp versus the San Juan battleship or whatever, because it's gonna be David versus Goliath, with the slingshot and everything.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason, like I feel like Frankie could beat Burgess with no problem. I think Burgess is like extremely weak.
No, I think it's.
I think honestly, I think that was the main reason why I put Sabo way higher than Luffy when we were talking about like the power rankings, was just because I don't think Burgess is actually that weak. I think Sabo's just a fucking monster.
I agree.
Sabo wrecked him so easily. It was kind of funny too.
Well, because like I don't know.
One chapter is like,
but it wasn't enough.
I think Luffy could do the same thing to him.
Yeah.
I feel like, so.
Luffy. I think Luffy could destroy him in Gear 4th, but I don't think that.
Gear 2nd? You don't think Gear 2nd is putting him down?
No.
I think Gear 2nd could put him down.
Why not?
No.
Maybe with some hockey, like some armament hockey.
Because the thing is like
he's Gear 2nd and Gear 3.
The flame fruit versus like a normal person without a devil fruit is actually so broken, because you just get the flames on you and you can't do anything about it. Like you just
burn. Would burn you, like it seems
Can't
like
you grab the flames?
Can you? I don't know.
I thought it was gonna like.
You would still burn your hand, wouldn't it?
Like, even if you put armament hockey up, I'm pretty sure it still burns you, right?
You burn your hands.
Like if
your hands are gonna be burned, you're gonna like.
If you have hockey, if you're hockeyed up and you grab it,
yeah,
you shouldn't burn your hands.
I don't know.
If Luffy was gonna fight Burgess, I thought like Luffy was gonna win, but I thought it was gonna be like a big obstacle. But I think it's just clear that Burgess doesn't have that type of power. He's not that type of person.
Any trouble?
He's not like a Marco, and he's not like a. I think the strongest on Blackbeard's crew is Shiryu because he was equal to Magellan. And Magellan.
I think Sabo's more technical than Luffy, so he knows how to break you down easier. But I think as far as raw power, it's not that much separation.
I think everyone that they got out of the prison, like the level 6 prison, they're all gonna be like right-hand Yonko level.
They're gonna be up there. Whoa. Blackbeard has a strategy.
No. They're gonna be strong.
The thing is
that Shiryu is the strongest out of all of them. Because at the same time, it's like we see how Luffy got the monster trio, and all Law really has is Beppo.
That Avalo Pizarro guy,
every person in Blackbeard's crew can be beasts. I think Shiryu is the strongest one, and I don't think like everyone. I'm not saying everybody's weak like Burgess though, but I think like not every person's gonna be as.
Because Avalo Pizarro, that guy, I'm 95% sure he used to be a calamity.
Who, the big person?
The guy with the horns on his head. His name's Avalo Pizarro.
He's probably in Kaido's crew, and maybe he could be a calamity.
Because the thing is, his name is the Corrupt King, and we all know corruption is a type of calamity, so it would make a lot of sense if he was a calamity. And he has like the horns in his head, just like Kaido.
No, I know, but what's his name? Like, I think like he could be real strong because Zoro's real strong and Sanji's real strong, but I think Shiryu's the strongest because like Magellan was like stronger than almost everybody. He was able to take out Blackbeard even though Blackbeard had his guard down.
But Magellan's like really fucking strong. I think like Magellan could be an admiral if.
And I was thinking that too. But see, the thing is that he had a Logia fruit, and they was saying that Shiryu was like on par with him, and to like not have a Logia fruit, and it's like he was a cheese. He had a Logia fruit, and it was a poison Logia fruit. For Shiryu to even be up there with him still, I mean he has B skills to even be in the same category still with a poison advantage and a Logia advantage. So I think he's
Is he a Logia?
Who?
Magellan.
Yeah, he's a Logia.
I thought he was a Paramecia.
I think he's a Paramecia.
I think he's a Paramecia.
It kind of shows you like how the Paramecia are kind of like OP in their own sense. Like.
I thought he was a poison Logia because but I guess he was just oozing his body with poison.
Yeah, he's a
No. Hold up. Nah, he's a Logia because Luffy never landed a hit on him.
He's a Paramecia.
Like, Luffy hit him, but he never really damaged him.
No, he's Paramecia.
He's a Paramecia?
I'm pretty sure he's Paramecia.
I was looking at that arc not too long ago, and Luffy got one hit off of him, and he went down to his knees, but he still got back up, and it seemed like if he couldn't touch him because he didn't have Haki.
Because the Paramecia it affects their body. The Logia is natural elements.
That one Katarina Devon chick that's in Blackbeard's crew, the one, that really ugly chick.
I know you talk about. Once you said that, I knew what the hell you talking about.
Yeah, I think she used to be on Big Mom's crew.
I think he's just recruiting people from other crews, like.
No, yeah, I think everyone he got from level 6 of Impel down used to be on some crazy pirate crew.
Yeah, are they crazy by themselves? How like in a solo way?
I don't know.
You think you got somebody from Shanks' crew?
Yeah, no, that's what I was just about to say. I was looking at like the people, and I was trying to think like which of them could have been from Shanks' crew, but none of them look like they.
Right. I mean,
I think Shanks' crew is a bunch of his friends. I don't think nobody would leave.
Because Avalo is like the guy that is obviously from Kaido's crew, and then the one ugly chick would be from Big Mom's crew, and then the only two left is the San Juan Wolf, the big battleship or whatever, and that one drunk dude that looks disgusting. He kind of reminds me of what's his name?
Which one?
His name is Vasco Shot.
Oh, he looks like the Pokemon.
Pokemon. I don't really know much about Pokemon. But he reminds me of Moria for some reason. Or not Moria, Dr. Hogback.
Oh my god, what's that Pokemon? Drowsy. Is it Drowsy?
I'm not really into Pokemon, so I don't really know shit about it.
Oh, hell yeah. Drowsy. That's what I was thinking of. I'm about to link it. That's funny. But nah, Blackbeard, he has a strategy. He's going to go around and do things to get the advantage. That's all he's about.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Blackbeard at all in the New World. It's kind of been a bit disappointing.
I want to see all these strong people's powers, man. So many unique powers.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I think
like,
we haven't seen Blackbeard because like I think they're just trying to say like he's strong, so they're not gonna show him right now, even though they showed him before.
That's like everybody right now.
And I feel like Oda's like waiting, like, hey, I gave you guys Kaido, so you need to chill for a little bit.
He's like, just you know.
Hold off.
I think Burgess is the weakest in the crew because even how he handled that whole situation, like to like after that happened, to call everybody to go to the revolutionary base, is like that's like something like a coward would do, like you know, like somebody like after like a sore loser. Mm-hmm. He wants everybody to go.
I think it was really smart on his part.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. Yeah. Like we've seen it from the jump with Blackbeard, waiting on Whitebeard's crew, getting the Yami Yami no Mi, getting the the Guru no Mi. Everything was calculated.
They're all smart, slick people. But let's say if it was Zoro, like, cause y'all see Zoro, going to do something for Luffy or something like that, or going to get something like, let's say Zoro went to go get a sword from a tournament, right? And Zoro lost. Could you see Zoro sneaking on a person's ship, calling Luffy? Like, Luffy,
no, but that's just not Zoro's character. Like I can see Sanji doing something like that.
I don't know about Sanji. I see Frankie doing that.
I don't even think Frankie would do that though. Like people
I don't think Sanji would sneak on someone's ship to get info for the Strawhats. That sounds exactly like something Sanji would do.
Oh, and I'm talking about like after.
Zoro would do that. Frankie.
No. But not only
that,
he didn't just.
I see like Luffy, Usopp, or Nami doing it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like it's so cool character.
Yeah, but for all we know, like Blackbeard could have wanted Burgess, or Blackbeard could have wanted information on the Revolutionary for a long time. So maybe that was also a reason why Burgess did that.
Well, we're already seeing he can't fight, and it seems like people like that, they usually can't fight. Like you know who I could see doing it? I could see like Spartum doing it or something like that. To me, like he's not too far off from like Spartum Max.
Usopp is doing that for sure.
Yeah, but another thing too though was that
he's gonna say he did it because he got info, but he really did it because he was scared.
Yeah,
Blackbeard's crew isn't like one of those crews that like show honor or something. They're just like
whatever it takes.
Yeah, exactly.
They're pirates. They're true pirates, man.
Yeah.
Like another thing is that whole thing is tricky because it's like maybe Sabo knew he was on the ship and just let him stay on the ship, and maybe Dragon knew and he's gonna go call his commanders over there like on purpose.
Or like maybe you think they were baiting? They were baiting the Blackbeard pirates.
Because it's like
to see their headquarters.
Yeah, because I don't know, because like maybe. Well, all right, check this out.
I mean, that's true. That could have happened, but like, what would they gain from that?
Because all right, well, Sabo.
The Blackbeard pirates, though. That's
no. Check this out. Sabo, the Blackbeard. Well, when Sabo came, he was like, I remember when he went to attack Luffy or something like that, and Sabo was like, aha, so you are hunting double fruit users. Like we've been on to you or something like that. So I actually think that thing gets a bit bigger than what it seemed like. It seemed like Burgess did a coward move, so he went, but Sabo was kind of after Burgess, or after them because they're stealing people devil fruits. So I could see Sabo letting him on the ship, leading him on to think he's there. I could see like Aokiji being a double agent and putting Dragon on, like, yo, you better call your commanders. Blackbeard Pirates is coming to them. Instead of trying to find them, it's a good way to bring them to them. And I don't think Dragon's a scaredy cat. I think Dragon's confident in his powers and he thinks he could beat Blackbeard. It's gonna be like a big thing. And then I know what you're saying, bringing them to the base is dangerous, but Dragon has been hinting that he's gonna have this big meeting. And then remember when Ivan Chan was in jail, he was saying that Whitebeard made his move, the government made his move, but Dragon didn't yet, and I'm waiting for Dragon. So I think after everybody's there and that conversation's over and he has this meeting, he's gonna change base. It's not gonna be much of a need for a base. Like something's gonna go down big. So I think it's okay or something like that.
Well, I don't think they can change the base because I think there's something special about where they are.
Yeah, because nobody knows where it is.
Yeah, like they haven't found it for all this time, so there's got to be something like special about the island that makes it so people can't find it.
Would it be surprising if
I thought the island changed though, because you see the island now and you see how the island was before when
it's the same island.
Because I don't know, before that place looked dusty before, like if they was on like a some kind of other place, and then this other place looks so shiny and stuff like it's not the same place.
What are you saying, Brago?
Do you think it'd be plot armor if the Vivre card didn't work?
What do you mean?
If it's like he's saying follow my Vivre card, and it's like your Vivre card isn't leading anywhere right now.
No, that has to work.
Oh, I know what you mean. No, I don't think so.
Unless like Dragon's observation Haki is so beast, he could stop that. But I think it'll work.
No.
I don't know.
But you were saying like the Vivre card wouldn't work because there's something weird about the island, right? That's what
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I can see that maybe.
Where it's like Oda hypes us up. It's like, oh shit, the Blackbeard pirates are gonna go there. Oh shit, the Vivre card doesn't work because it's a special island.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a long time before we actually see that go anywhere.
It's too convenient. I just feel like it's like, oh, well, the Vivre card is not leading anywhere right now.
Well,
I have a theory on that, bro.
I don't think that would do that because like from what we've seen, only your friends have your Vivre card. So
as I'm saying,
I think we're gonna figure out what happened with the Dragon and Blackbeard thing right after the whatever the next arc is, so like Wano.
All right, guys.
I think the revolutionaries. I think they're focusing on
Zero. Yeah, no problem. See you later.
Later.
Peace. Oh yeah, I think they're focusing on CP0 and the Blackbeard pirates because Sabo was saying that that because he wasn't sure. He's like, so the rumors is true. Y'all hunting devil fruits and they're trying to get the weapons and stuff. So I think that like they kind of want to have a fight with Blackbeard and them. Or they kind of want to take him down.
That's not their goal. We've seen that Dragon. His goal is to overthrow the government. Like, why would you engage in battle with the Blackbeard pirates? Like, I know. You're gonna take casualties. Like, it's gonna like that. I don't think that makes sense. Like, as the person that Dragon seems to be, like, I don't see how that fits into his plan.
Well, he's trying to take down the government, but it seems like he's a good guy too. Like,
yeah, he could have like a certain sense of justice.
Because I think he thinks that hunting people down, taking their devil fruits is not a good thing to do. So I think that they're on the trail of them. That they're trying to stop him.
I don't think he'd sidetrack for just Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Because Sabo
I think it's possible, but I don't think it's likely.
Like I said, I see something happening where they can't even like know where they are. Like, I don't see it because like I don't know. It just seems that the revolutionary base would have been found already if it was that easy.
No. But here's the thing, though. Nobody is their friend like that to get it.
I'm saying, but Burgess just casually snuck onto a ship and got there.
That just inconvenient for them. You know what I mean? It's like Ace gave it to his brother. Only people you really trust gets it. So it's not like you can get a trader and give it to a trader or something like that.
What do you mean?
Like Burgess is on there with his card though, but he snuck on the ship. So it's not like anybody could just pretend to be Dragon's friend and then get a Vivre card from him and then sneak over there.
I don't know.
Well, like all right, like they wouldn't have the friendship to get the card.
No, because the Blackbeard pirates, they have the card, right?
Yeah.
They have the Vivre card. What I'm saying is, what if it's something about the island where the Vivre card doesn't indicate where Burgess is?
We've seen that islands in the New World are really weird. Like, they have some weird quirks to them. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I know it was filler, or whatever you want to call it, non-canon in, like, the Nebulanda movie, but, like, like that island, there was, like, mist that made it so devil fruit users couldn't work. Like, there could be shit like that with, like, random items everywhere.
I wouldn't be surprised if that, like, cuts off all communication unless they allow it. Like,
yeah. Or, like, could be something, like, because you know how, like, the islands have something to do with, like, their electromagnetic field, with, like, log
what is the Vivre card anyway? Don't you, like, embed it with Haki?
Yeah, I don't know.
I would think it's you embed it with Haki and then it's connected to your spirit, right? So then, therefore, if that island is surrounded by a Haki barrier that we've seen the admirals use before, so I don't know.
Or it could just be a thing where like the electromagnetic fields in the islands are fucked up, so like you can't even get there with a log post, which is why no one has ever found it before.
Yeah, that's probably true that you can't get there without a log post, but I can't see the Vivre card not working, and then it just seems like. And for Oda to do that would be like a tease, and I think he's kind of done with the tease and stuff. Like I think
that's true. That would be what?
Giving us more action.
That would be what?
Like like if they can't go there because
so it fit into Oda's writing scheme.
No. But he's not gonna do that forever though. He's been giving us more stuff, and it seemed like all right.
I'm saying though that goes directly with how Oda writes.
But it's
but I do agree.
How like check this out. Burgess wants to bring everybody. He wants to bring all the commanders there, right?
That's what I'm saying.
We don't know if they're gonna listen.
Dragon wants to bring all of his commanders. It's like Burgess wanted to get the upper hand, but if Dragon has all his commanders, they don't really have the upper hand anymore. Now it's like all these revolutionaries and all the Blackbeard pirates. It's like a fair, full-scale battle now. If they even want to take it there when they get there, so I don't think they're not gonna come. Like if they come, it's not as dangerous because it's not like he came there when it was just Dragon and Sabo with the whole fleet. Not all his commanders are gonna be there. And we don't know if like they're equal in power or if they're stronger because this is Dragon. This is not a Yonko.
I think the commanders are gonna be beasts.
Nah, yeah. All the ones we've seen was beast.
And we're gonna get some people that we've seen before too.
Right, the undercover ones.
Yeah, it's gonna be something like, what the he was a revolutionary. See,
he was a revolutionary leader.
I kind of walking in there like. Yo, that would blow my mind, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe though, but I don't know. Like I could see some people having a mask though, maybe. Matter of fact, didn't some people have masks?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Was that just CP0 or did some people have a mask on?
What if Garp became one?
I don't think Garp likes Dragon.
Yeah,
detest him.
I don't think it's that he doesn't like him. It's that he's like disappointed that he wasn't a Marine or something like that.
Right. I think it's one of those where it's like he just, it's like his son, his grandson, his adopted grandson, I guess.
Yeah, like if Garp was a revolutionary, he wouldn't have like made Luffy.
Yeah. If Garp was a revolutionary, I could see him saving Ace, even though
yeah, that's true.
Dragon didn't bother to save Ace.
I mean, Dragon.
No, but not even that. Like when Luffy was a kid, he was always like, Luffy, you're gonna become a Marine. You both are gonna become Marines. Like he seemed like really embedded in the whole Marine thing.
Yeah, to infiltrate the Marines.
I think Garp is cool with Dragon because when he told Luffy about it, he said it like, "Oh, I seen your pops" or something like that. Like if they talk, even though they don't agree with what each other does. I think they have a good relationship with each other.
I mean, wait, who?
Garp and Dragon, to where like they're not enemies, they don't hate each other. Because Garp seen it. Garp was talking to Luffy like, hey, I seen your pops a while back or whatever like that. Like if he's seen them and they had a talk or whatever.
I don't know. Maybe they speak on like once a year or so on Fox. But I don't know. I don't think it's like I don't know if Dragon would want to communicate with a Marine. Like that's what.
But that's the thing. It's not just any Marine. It's your father though.
I don't think Garp looks. I mean, Roger. What's his name? Dragon looks at people like that right now.
And like besides Garp being his father, he's one of the Marines who was cool with Goldie Roger in a way. So like I don't see Dragon holding a big grudge.
You think Dragon is gonna risk the mission just to interact with his dad?
It's his dad. All right, check this out. You see how? Because I was looking at when Luffy broke into the prison not too long ago, and Sengoku was mad and Garp was just laughing about it. Like Garp doesn't really care, you know what I mean? It's like he would rather them be Marines, but he kept saying like he kept laughing about it. He kept thinking it was funny. He kept saying like yeah, Luffy, that's my grandson. So like
I don't know.
I think he's still,
I don't know if he's
proud of Dragon. I think he's proud. Like yeah, like that's my son right there.
I don't know, but
no, I can see what he's saying.
Last quick topic though. Probably gonna end this at 11:59. Who's stronger, right hand man, Rayleigh or Shanks? I think we talked about that.
We've talked about this before. But
right now?
Yeah, I think Shanks is just because that like
from right now.
From what I was seeing, the gap from captain and vice captain.
Rayleigh prime, Shanks prime.
Okay.
Rayleigh.
I got Shanks.
Nah, like I say, really. Maybe if Shanks had two arms, but.
I mean, Shanks is a captain. I don't know.
Exactly.
I think if the Pirate King's right-hand man should be like able to take on a Yonko, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I believe they're pretty comparable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rayleigh was the one who trained Shanks.
No, but here's the thing: Shanks could become the Pirate King. That's what I think, but he doesn't want to. Yeah, but he doesn't want to. That's what I think.
Nah, man.
I don't think Shanks could become the Pirate King. Like I think I'm not saying that he can't,
Remember,
but I think
he
it's
has the
something
straw.
that
You have to realize that Shanks
like,
doesn't have Ashura like Rayleigh does.
I think Rayleigh knows what Rayleigh knows where One Piece was, and he was gonna tell Luffy, but for some reason I don't think that Rayleigh bothered to tell Shanks or Buggy for some reason. I think he sees Roger well inside Luffy, so that's why he went to tell him. I don't think he told Shanks.
But yo, Shanks had the straw hat though. That's a big thing.
No, I know, but I don't think he has the straw hat, but he's not inheriting Roger's will. Like one of the things that impressed Rayleigh was that he heard stories about like how he really wants to be the Pirate King, and he heard all these stories about him and all these comparisons to Roger and stuff like that. That I guess he wanted to tell him.
I think Shanks probably inherited some Roger's will. I believe Shanks have the traits that Roger saw, where he felt like it was appropriate to pass down the hat.
I think only one person can inherit somebody's will, because like while we thought Luffy did it, Luffy like paid homage or Luffy tributed by learning Red Hook, and I think
that's what I'm saying. Precisely, like more than one person can inherit someone's will.
I don't think Luffy inherited though. I think Luffy like he learned Red Hook and he tributed to it, but I think Sabo inherited his will because he got the fruit and he's gonna like.
I think Shanks is evil though. I think Shanks is evil.
Shanks is final villain?
Yeah, he might be.
No.
I don't know. If Shanks was evil, that'd be just really fucking weird. It would make no sense.
I can't see Shanks being like if Shanks is the final villain, that would be corny to me because like I forgot who channel it was, but I seen somebody saying that they don't like the theory that that like Shiryu is gonna like beat Diamond Jozu and get his diamond fruit, and he's gonna kill Mihawk, and then Zoro gotta avenge his master. That's so played out, and I think that like somebody being your real close friend, how like Shanks is to Luffy, then later on being an enemy, that's like played out too. I don't think that's good.
The only problem I have with that is I feel like it would be like something where Oda didn't plan it from the beginning of the story. Like he didn't plan for Shanks to be evil. He kind of just like changed it halfway through.
Yo, Bravo, since you asked who's stronger, Shanks or Rayleigh, then who do you think is stronger, Mihawk or Rayleigh Prime? I have to ask that.
Rayleigh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like every single time we've seen Shanks, he's been a good guy. So like I can't see him being bad. Like even if we see his island, like I would be surprised if like they're on an island owned by Shanks and there's some crazy stuff going on that Shanks didn't take care of.
I honestly think that Rayleigh has Ashura.
I think he has another side to him.
He's Zoro's dad?
It would be interesting.
No, I'm not saying he's Zoro's dad, but like, okay, he has like he's called the Dark King, and we've never seen anything about him that showed anything about darkness. So he obviously has to have some type of Ashura thing, and we've seen before that like the Ashura is like somehow connected to Zoro's eye, and
he has
the same exact scar in his eye.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was Zoro's dad though.
Yeah, I could see Rayleigh having like a dark
cool,
power,
but at the same time, it's like really like cheesy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I could see Rayleigh having a dark power up, but it would be hard to like use that power up when he's rusty and go all out like right then and there. So he probably didn't use it.
Well, there might be like a downside to it as well that he didn't want to use it or something.
Oh yeah, like I don't see Shanks being a bad guy. I don't think Shanks being a bad guy would be good for the story, but it would be interesting if they go on an island, right? Say they're on an island, like you see how they were on Zoe and they're explaining the backstory, and
it was too
saying all of the horrible stuff that happened, like with Jack showing up.
Yeah.
Or like how Dressrosa was with Doflamingo. Say if they go on an island, right, and these people telling them all the bad stuff that's happening on the island, then they're like, it was crazy. And the person that did it was Shanks, and then we get like an end chapter right there. That'd be crazy. I know that would be like, yo, Shanks is doing all of that.
Yo, I think Shanks might be evil though, because it's too convenient. Like, why would he pick out Luffy out of everyone? Like, I mean, like the first time they manned the bar or whatever, like there were many kids around the village too. Why would he pick Luffy?
No. Like I see what you're saying, but I think it's one of those things where like little kids look up to older people all the time, and I think Luffy looked up to him, so he was around. Like Luffy was cool with him or whatever like that. I don't think Shanks really like picked him out.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Luffy kind of looked up to him.
I think he was drawn to him because that's Luffy's greatest strength, right? As far as like having people follow him. Maybe at that point, like Shanks was impressed by just Luffy as a kid.
And
way too
they're
far
both from the same hometown, and like Luffy's real cool with that girl. That girl has Shanks' baby. It's like It's like Shanks is like the cool guy from the neighborhood, or he was like the cool guy around there, like the person to look up to or whatever. If you like pirates.
He's the OG, triple OG.
Yeah, right.
Oh shit, it's Christmas. Merry Christmas, people. But
Merry Christmas.
I think it's about that time.
Yep.
I appreciate you guys for stopping by, man. Definitely a great.
Cool. Like I didn't even know. The last one you did was cool too. You had like it's always good topics always come from these things.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't sure you was doing these anymore because I thought you was just doing the podcast. But it's cool that you got the podcast now and you got this still.
Nah, this definitely still gonna happen. Like, you definitely gonna knock the streams out for sure.
Podcast.
That's not stopping, bro. Like, these streams be lit. But
wait, how long was y'all doing this before I got on here?
Only like 10 or 20 minutes, I think.
So hold up, like, what's his name? Got no One Punch Man this whole stream?
Yeah, we didn't talk about it at all.
Yeah, it was mainly just One Piece.
Oh, cool. Like I never checked out any of the episodes yet. I'm gonna get into it, but
yeah, you gotta watch.
I was just leaving town. That way I get to check it out, and I don't have these gaps in between. Like One Piece, these gaps is killing me right now.
Gaps?
Yeah, like we gotta wait a week.
Oh,
we gotta wait a week. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, One Man is hype, yo.
I've been watching hella animes, dude. I've literally finished 3 animes in like the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, I watched the One Piece filler today. I've been watching Fate Zero.
Oh yeah, dude. I watched that show, dude. That show is so.
Is that the thing with Foxy in it?
The special? No.
Yeah.
Nah, I seen that, but nah, that's the Nebulandia.
So wait, what's Phase Zero?
It's
that shit was so disappointing to me.
I didn't finish it yet, but it's basically a show where you get people get these spirits or these heroes, and they're fighting for this this treasure. Like, so everybody's competing for a prize, and you have this hero that you're in control of, and basically they have to duke it out.
It's like a super cool concept. Like, you get to like summon a hero.
Yeah.
And like, there's like a bunch of heroes. Like, there's like Alexander the Great, and like, you know, like a bunch of heroes like that. Yeah, but like, there's like no fighting. Like, there's like
a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, like
mind
they
game.
could have made it so much cooler. And like, I haven't finished it either, Brago. I'm only on like episode 20, but like to me, like it made it like so clear that like the Lancer's gonna win, which like made me really mad because she's like my least favorite.
Who you talking about Saber?
Yeah. I feel like they just made it really obvious that she's gonna win.
I like Saber. I also like Gilgamesh. Ryder is dope.
My favorite's Ryder, dude.
A lot of people love Ryder.
Gilgamesh
is a boss, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
He's like, yo, all treasures belong to me. So at the end, it is my like when they were trying to go at Saber for her dream and what she would do with it. I was like, damn. Like Ryder was like, you don't even deserve to sit at this table.
Yeah. Ryder's like, I have to beat her myself to show her how stupid little girl she is.
And then Gilgamesh was just there, like, yep, like you tripping. Like, you know what? Let's see if you're worthy to be basically like my concubine. Like,
I've been watching that, and then I finished Shogeki no Soma, whatever. Yeah.
Bro, you should watch Prison School.
Prison School is amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hate what's it called? The fan service, but that show was I like dealt with it.
Oh, you watched it?
Oh, you watched it already?
Yeah.
I enjoyed Prison School. I don't
know. No, not Prison School. I was talking about Shogeki no Soma. Like, it has like a shit ton of
fan service. I thought it was appropriate. It's like they had moments.
It was really weird. Like, I remember one of the scenes in the first episode when he like feeds her like the octopus, and then it like goes to her being naked, being like.
I was like,
what's so weird.
What's happening? I wasn't sure what was happening. When that happened, it was like, okay, this is the type of show it's gonna be. Basically, they have these foodgasms because the food is so good.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I enjoyed that, man, because it was a change of pace. And instead of the battling and stronger as far as powering up,
every show is different.
No. The one thing I do have a problem with Shogeki no Soma is it like tries to be like a battle manga, and like the way that like it's like so weird.
Oh, that's cool though, because I hope y'all seen this show before. Like Noah show was cool. Like it's a real life show, and they cooked and they battled, and it was mad dramatic. It was called Iron Chef, not the Iron Chef America that came out later, but it was a Japanese show, and it was called Iron Chef, and they'll have it was 3 of them. Did you ever hear that show before or see it?
I never heard
it
about it.
It came with the food
I've
network.
heard of the American one, not that one.
See, the American one?
It's pretty much like that.
Yeah. The American one came from the original one, and one guy is from the original one. So it's these 3 chefs, right? And it's crazy because they have the Egyptian god music in that show, and it's like Iron Chef Japan, it's like Iron Chef Italian, and it's like Iron Chef Italy, and it's like one other one. So they come up under the ground, and it's like, oh, and it's like they're like the best chefs and like where they're from. And the challenger comes, and they'll have a theme ingredient, and they got to battle. So that's actually a cool thing because that show was mad good.
I just like Shokugeki because I like Food Wars because like the main character is like a boss. Like I was trying to get into Reborn, but I hate the main character. He's such a bitch.
That's the thing with Reborn. It starts off really slow. It starts off mad slow. You hate the main character, like, dog. He's such a
yeah. I like the little Reborn guy though. He's pretty dope. Cool.
But then you get introduced to like eventually he has like this dramatic transformation, right? Where it's like, oh shit, okay. And then you get introduced to all these dope characters where it's like you have this guy who's basically part of his family but wants to kill him, and it's like he's kind of forced.
Oh, don't spoil.
I found that, this is my favorite. This is one of my favorite cooking shows. Y'all gotta check this out, like within the first 40 seconds, it just gets epic. Like they have the chefs, they come under the ground and everything, and then they have these intense cookouts, and then they have the judges taste it. So like if the theme ingredient is lobster, they make whatever lobster dishes they know. And if you can beat the Iron Chef, it's like a big honor and stuff like that.
Oh, so this is like this is Food Wars like live.
Food Wars real life.
Yeah, pretty much. Because this is what a Food Wars is. It's like you have this huge audience, and you have a cook-off, and you have these random judges who are like the best tasters in the world.
Yep.
So, remember the first show you're introduced to is God Tongue. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. Wait. So is that show dramatic like this one? Because I don't know. This is the most dramatic cooking show I've ever seen. Like
it's mad dramatic.
And stuff.
If you don't have a problem with fan service, then you should definitely watch Shokugeki. It's like actually really good. Like as far as plot goes and everything. Like sometimes you could just like don't even like. There was like one point in the manga when I was like, wait, what? He just lost?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, okay.
Like I did not see that coming.
Yeah, remember that scene with the eggs, the buffet?
Yeah. When he was like doing, he had to get like all 200 within like the last like 30 minutes or whatever.
I was like, oh shit! Like,
that scene, the filler is amazing.
Yo, and that was crazy too. Those Iron Chefs is like they're like the Admirals or something like that. They're like the Yonkos. Look, on that video, if you go to 35 seconds and play it, right? Play it at like 35 seconds, you're gonna see them. They're coming under the ground and they're playing like the Egyptian god music, and it's like mad scary and dramatic. Like they're like their skills is that deadly, even though they're chefs.
Yo, did you guys watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I just started watching it, and it's pretty epic.
I haven't watched it yet, but that's next on my list. That's on my list.
Yeah, man, I gotta get back into it, dude. Too many people say good things about JoJo's. I didn't like it the first time I watched it, but there's too many people like on its dick for me to like not give it a chance.
If you liked Hunter x Hunter, you'll like that because like most of the battles are like strategic.
Yeah, I want to watch it. I definitely want to watch it. I want to get into Gintama.
Oh no, I can't watch Gintama, bro. I can't watch that.
Why?
It's not serious.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It gets old after a while.
No, yeah, like I almost like Naruto, because I almost thought Naruto wasn't serious, but then once I found that it was serious, I like that.
Yeah, I like that, man. I mean, what they've been doing with the series, try some of the filler, but
yeah, bro. If they make filler like that, like it's okay.
Yeah, the filler like this, I can rock with, bro. Like, so good. I'm just like, yo. I don't know if I would have preferred this storyline opposed to like the regular storyline.
That's what I was thinking too, bro.
Like with Itachi staying in the village and the fourth not dying. I don't know. I probably would prefer that. Like, because Sasuke is so emo. Like he wants to go at Itachi now. Like, Oh boy.
That's one thing I don't
like I want to see that like I want to see that Itachi series because what I found out that was crazy was that like you know how Itachi was bad at first, then later we found out he was a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy because when he came to the village, right, with Kisame and they fought, and Kakashi was like, "I know about y'all. You call yourself the Itachi. I mean the Akatsuki or whatever." Like, Itachi was like, "Oh, okay." They're like, "Yo, we're gonna keep him and question him. Kisame, we're gonna kill the rest." So like, what kind of good guy does that? Unless like
But they didn't do anything though. That was all.
No. Because Guy came, but I'm saying like he was about to kill the rest of them and just keep Kakashi and interrogate him or whatever.
Nah, that was all fake. That was all just like that was tongue-in-cheek. That was never gonna happen.
I don't think he was playing though. I think if he would have had the opportunity to do it, he would have did it. And why it seems like something bad for a bad guy to do. Let's say like if Itachi was working on that case for 5 years, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
He's working on his case for 5 years. He's about to get the information about the Akatsuki, but now Kakashi's kind of almost going to ruin it. And I could see him having to kill him, and later have people justify it, like, yeah, they almost blew my cover. They almost, made it hard.
I mean, maybe he would kill if he had to keep,
yeah,
his cover, but I don't think he's not that type of person. He's skilled enough to not kill without killing.
What is that noise?
Yeah. Which noise?
Yeah, who's
racing something?
Oh yeah.
That's when they making a beat.
Like, what's going on? Anyway, yeah, I got ended now.
All right. Peace.
But yeah, thank you guys for stopping through. Definitely next stream I'll hit you guys up so we can, definitely do it again. For sure.
All right.
Cool, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, guys, enjoy your holidays, man.
You too.
You too, bro.
All right.